Just give me a second here. Give me a second. Oh, you know what I forgot? Son of a bitch. I forgot my coffee. Hold on a second here. What's going on, Houdini? Finally here on time. Well, guess what? I'm not in the truck because I ain't working today. But I'm glad you're here. What's going on there, chicken man? Get to work. They're fixing the fuel tanks in the truck. They got to pull the passenger side tank off. They're gonna have to. They're having to patch it, so they're having to run a band across it. So believe me, this is hurting me more than I like to think about. I hate sitting around. I really truly do. I hate sitting around. While other people are making my money. It sucks balls. So, but hey, you can't make money if your truck's busted, and it's going to leave you stranded or something's going to go. No, dog. We didn't break it again. It's the fuel tank issue. Why they didn't find it is there's a crack under a small hole or something under the strap, the very last strap, just before the where you put the fuel in. So they got to pull the tank off, drain the fuel out of it, pull the tank off. They don't do it where our shop is. They don't do it there. What they do is they send it out. So there's another company in town that does aluminum tank welding and shit like that. So, what can you do, right? I could drive around on one tank. I love being in this world. Love that name. You so far, ding ding. You're the winner today so far. Mind you, we're only 2.5 minutes into this. So far, you've got the name of the day. But I could have tried. I went to run around, but Houdini, we couldn't find the fuel shut off for that side. There isn't one. So I couldn't run around just on one tank. One tank would do me. I can run around. I can run that tank doing those ingots on one tank. Unfortunately, son of a bitch, they couldn't find it. They don't have a clue. They Googled it, called Freightliner, called Mercedes. I don't know who else they called. I don't know, but they can't find the shut off. So anyway, let me light this thing, would you? Keep me gabbing here. I got my lighter going the whole fucking time here. I'm gonna run out of fluid here. Let's toast it first. Kamal, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I wasn't supposed to go live today. I don't do lives on Monday, guys, but I got up bright and early this morning, and I got my honey-do list started, and I got my honey-do list completed, and hey, nice. I like that, eh? Nice round, nice level. That's a good burn. Yeah, baby, she's right here beside me. She's just laying out, passed out cold. New tank would fix it. Houdini, $3,200. Fix the tank, 12. I say pay the 12. I say pay the 12. Sorry, you know what, guys? I got Gavin there. Let's see who's here. We got Jim's here. Good morning. Good to see you, Jim. Taking a break from Ernie. I know Ernie's over there running wild. Good to see you. Thank you. Houdini, I'm off Monday and Tuesday. Guard dog is in the house. Chicken is in the house. Now watch the crack. Won't fix the issue. But you know what, Curtis? If it doesn't, and because you just said that, I'm going to kick you right in the pills, dude. Right in the pills. One boot, both pills, you're going down. You ain't getting up. I guarantee you, you're not getting up. There's my girl. She's in the house asking me if I took care of the dog. Yeah, baby, the dog is right here. I did forget my coffee. Unfortunately, I did forget my coffee. It's in the house. What can you do? Now watch, the new tank won't fix the issue. It'll be part of a truck forever. Ha, 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 ha. Chickens for Darth. Trucking with T-Bones and that. T-Bone, if I was keeping this truck any longer, I'd be asking you again for on that green APU. I know Nevada had it, and that's where I first originally saw it. Curious to know. Well, you haven't had it long enough, right, to have a serious report on it. But it's one of those things. Keep us updated, because I always wanted one. I always wanted one of the green APUs. So let us know. Let us know how that's working out. They're quiet though, eh? I parked beside a guy and he had one, and Jesus, was it quiet? Really quiet. Oh, excuse me. Why do trucks in Australia have square tanks? Why do they have square tanks in Australia? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I've seen square tanks on trucks here, but it's usually um, like dumps on dump trucks, construction equipment and stuff like that, or heavy machinery. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% on why that is. Anybody else got an answer? Guard dog's in here. Sterling's in here. Anybody else? Anybody else got an answer? Why are tanks squared or cornered off? Good morning, Shannon. How are you? Darth, can you please bring his coffee out to him? I just asking for a van. Houdini, she's not here. She's at work. I'm on my own today. On my own today, man. Although she set up the moderator duty, so everything's set up and ready to go. What happens to that video Curtis was supposed to send? Curtis bailed. Yeah, there you go. Darth said it. Curtis bailed. Let me tell you. Why do you think Curtis has the name Chicken right now? Ryan Davidson is the undisputed, newly crowned champion of the Wheel Burner Express channel. Untouchable, undeniable, undefeatable, undisputable. Ryan is it. Curtis, you suck, my friend. You look in the eye, in the camera, Curtis. Look at that. You suck, dude. You not only did you take your ass kicking, but dude, can I tell you, I spent more on my Thermo King than the WS? No shit, eh? I can tell you. Oh yeah, damn. I had no choice. Everybody has a choice. Some older Volvo trucks have square tanks in the US. I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool too. Excuse me. Dr. Pepper at 10 o'clock in the morning doesn't seem to be working. Shannon is saying good. She's saying good. I don't know what Shannon thinks is so good at 10:15 in the morning, but hey, we're going to roll with it. I'm guessing maximum storage. It could be. It could be just the configuration, the way they put it on the truck, what they need for space. You know what, Buck? I don't know either. It could be 100 reasons. Square tanks are for heavy rocks and are really heavy and thick. Well, like I said, Houdini, the most times I've ever seen them, they're usually on like construction material, like dump trucks, construction material, shit like that, logging trucks. A lot of logging trucks have them. Actually, a lot of the old logging trucks, they'd have the square tanks and the step would be built into the tank. Houdini, I'm sure you've seen that. I know Sterling's probably seen that on the old logging trucks. Both tanks on either side are right where the step would be, and they just said fuck it and built the step right into the tank. I'm at home running my business. Well, you know what, Shannon? That's good for you. You're running your business. Congratulations. But take a minute off, would you? Enjoy it. Smell the flowers. Walk around. Take care of this. Take care of that. Business ain't everything. You can't kill it 24/7. You can't. It's impossible. I tried. Can't be done. Trying to get the green APU video finished up. I hate editing. Oh, dude, let me tell you, I don't even touch that. Editing. It doesn't matter, T-Bone, if it's a 5-minute video or a 15-minute video, it goes to Dar. Dar does all the editing. I don't touch it. Originally, tanks were ground for aerodynamics. Well, I don't doubt that, but you know what? You probably don't even need that today, Johnny, because, for example, my truck, it's got the tank covers. You look at the T680s, you can get them without the tank fairings, but most trucks have the tank fairings. So who bloody well knows? I don't have a goddamn clue. I don't. I really don't. Whew. Trucking with T-Bone is here. Yeah, STT, Shannon Thomas Trucking is here. Yeah, I still love Curtis. Well, we still love him. We still love him. He just dropped the ball. That's all. In Australia and Europe, they have lance restrictions, and you can shove more fuel in a square tank than a round one. That does make sense. You can. Actually, it makes a lot of sense, because a 300, let's say not a 300 gallon, let's say 150 gallon round tank would have to be bigger, or at least longer, than a 150 gallon square tank or rectangular tank. That's a good point. I love you too, Sterling, but I had to bail. I had no choice. Oh, wow. Wah, wah, wah. Sterling, I've been away from YouTube. Sterling's been on vacation. He's been on vacation. He's been on vacation. He better be well rested and ready to rock and roll when he gets back. We expect nothing but the best from you, buddy. Zach, my Volvo dump has square tanks. Yeah, there you go. You see, I'm pretty sure. I know I've seen them all over construction equipment, dump trucks, earth movers, that kind of shit. Tolga, jeez, he's here. Whew, I was about to send out a fucking peg carrier pigeon looking for you, buddy. I was just wondering what happened to you. I'm glad you're here. I was told by my grandfather when he worked in a quarry, that's why tanks are square, so you can walk on them. You know what, dude? That just might be it. That might be the reason. They're probably more durable. You can walk on them. You can, shit. Who knows? But it was a damn good question, because it's got at least 6 of us fucking sitting here chatting about it, going, we don't know. There is an answer, or maybe there isn't an answer. Maybe somebody just went with a square tank, and then Volvo or Darth or somebody like that woke up one morning and went, we'll go with round tanks. Who knows? Who knows? Everybody hit the like button. Please don't piss off Shannon Thomas. She's at home. Okay. She will, never mind. Tap the 3 dots. You got it, Tolga. Thank you, brother. I caught a cold yesterday. Screw everything. Dude. Is your vacation over, by the way? Like, are you home now, or are you guys still working your way back? Are you on vacation still? Just wondering. Get well, Sterling. Yeah, here comes the well wishers. Trucking Retired's here. What's happening, sir? How the hell are you? Good to see you. Elvin is running loads this week. What's that? Elvin is running loads this week in the Pretty Penny. The red hot chili pepper is still in the shop getting road ready, and my trailer is in the shop getting maintenance. Well, you know what? Get them working. Get them working. That's the one thing I used to enjoy once in a while about being a multi-truck owner operator, when you had other trucks and other people working for you. It's nice to be able to step back. It's nice when you're in charge. Don't get me wrong. It is. It's nice when you're in charge, and it's nice that you're the boss, and it's nice. It's also nice that when you've got all the responsibility and all the weight on your shoulders. But there are times when you're doing it right and you've got your bases covered, that you're able to step out, take a breath, take a relax, take a bit of a vacay, take a couple days off, fuck off and go do something that you've wanted to do. And you don't have to sit there in the back of your head. You're thinking, oh my God, I hope everything at the office is okay. I've been there. I know that feeling. And I know what it's like to be, take your family and go off down to South Carolina, and you're down in Myrtle Beach and you're having a good party down there with the family and friends, and that phone rings. You get that phone call and it's one of your drivers, and it's like, truck is doing this, it's like, I know that feeling too, but I also know the feeling of it's nice to be able to do stuff like that. But it's up to you to do it. If you're going to be, and I wasn't this type. I didn't hover over people. I trained, I hired and I trained the people that were capable to do the job. And then I let them do their job. Right. I didn't hover. I didn't bother. I didn't, check. When you get loaded, check in with me. When you get unloaded, check in with me. When you're driving after 200 miles, check. No bullshit. You know what? When your day is done, give me a call. We'll shoot the shit, see how you did, how you feeling, what's going on. And if not, I'll talk to you tomorrow. As long as the truck's working and you're working fine, you don't need me to be, up your ass. So that's just the way I was, But in being that way, it also enabled me to be a little more free with my time. I didn't have to run as hard. Unfortunately I did, but I didn't have to. But when I did take those times to take the time off and took the minutes, a couple of days or whatever to take time off, I could relax, and it was nice. It was nice. I like relaxing. What's going on, Mark Ely? How are you? Just heading to Washington, 7 stops. 6,798. Not the greatest, but it works out to 280. What do you mean not the greatest? Mark, 280 a mile? Come on, man. 7 stops, 280 a mile. It's going to take you an extra day for the stops. 2, 3, 4. 280 is still good, bro. 280 is still good. It's not you're saying that's not, I don't know what you're accustomed to, but 280 American, it's nothing to sneeze at. I guarantee you that. Humberto is live. Go and raid and say happy birthday. All right, everybody, do me a favor. Hey, Chrissy, how are you? Hit the fucking like button. Chrissy said hit the like button, guys. All right. So now 2 ladies have now spoken. Shannon Thomas has told you to kick the like button. Chrissy's now told you to kick in the like button. So go hit the goddamn like button. You piss off these women, it'll be the end of you. But why don't we all just jump over to Humberto for a minute? And everybody just go in and say happy birthday from the Wheelburner Express, or happy birthday from the Wheelburner. If Olga, do me a favor. Yeah, okay, never mind. There's Humberto's there's Humberto's channel link right there. He's already got it. This is allowing me to tackle my task list at home. I have put off way too long. I got you, baby. I got you, Shannon. I understand, and don't get me wrong. I'm not climbing up your ass here. I'm not. I know the mountain that you have ahead of you and what you're doing. But you know what? You're going to get to the top of the mountain eventually, and you will. I have no doubt in my mind, Shannon, that you will make it to the top of that mountain. But the last thing I want to see you do, sweetheart, when you get there is collapse and go, and fucking you're done. Let me tell you something. When you get to the top of that mountain, it's nice to be at the top of that mountain. It's nice when all the young boys and girls are fucking nipping at your heels, but yet you're still one step ahead and you're at the top of that mountain. That's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling. But you know what? When you get to the top of that mountain, the last thing you want to do is go and you've had enough. And you know what? Relax. Matter of fact, let's get over there and say something. Let's get over there and say hi to Humberto. Everybody saying happy birthday to Humberto. Happy birthday, Humberto. Love you, buddy. There you go. Sterling hit him. Tolga hit him. There we go. Chrissy hit him. Nope, Chrissy didn't hit him. That's not Chrissy. That's James. Kamal hit him. There we go. Houdini hit him. You guys are the bomb. Good job. Good job. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just yeah, that was very cool, eh? Houdini, that was cool. I appreciate that. Uh, Lots of baby time too. You know what? That's important. Baby time is there you go. Darth said the same thing. Baby time is important, you know. Um Dar and I aren't really there yet. You know, we don't have, we got the we got the women, we got the daughters all lined up, but nobody's firing, you know. We got one, and she lives out in Alberta, so the baby time is few and far between. Don't get me wrong; it's very special when it's here. But Shannon is a baby supervisor today. Hey, you know what? How it happens, it's entirely up to Shannon. But make it happen, man. Make it happen. Humberto said thank you. Humberto's good people, man. He really is. He's 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 also, I don't know if people give him enough credit. They just think because, he talks funny, he's Portuguese, and they think he talks funny and this and that. That is one smart cat, okay? Now I've been hanging out with this guy and watching this guy and talking to this guy. Um, for a few years now. And I've seen when he was at Andy and he went there, he left there as an owner operator, and he was driving his truck. And then he went from there to Landstar. And I saw that jump and that procession or progression from there at Landstar, and the way he worked the load boards and the way he worked the brokers and the way he worked his equipment and his time and the way his mind actually worked while he was doing all this. Um, he's a smart cat. I'm not kidding you. He really is. And now he's gone and made the jump from Landstar because this bloody truck burnt down. So now he's gone from Landstar and now he's gone over to Mercer. And you watch. You watch. I promise you. Yeah, and here's a fun fact. I see Buck with his fun fact, but here's a fun fact. And the boys and girls at Mercer Transport don't like this at all. Not one single bit. But for the last 3 years, the top earning truck driver, the top earning driver, owner operator in Mercer, all divisions, has been a Canadian. And he's a friend of mine. And he just lives about 2 hours east of here. I'm going to tell you this. You watch Humberto. You watch Humberto. I promise you, Humberto will be giving Gordy a run for his money. Gordy, the buddy of mine, his name is Gordy, top earner for Mercer. I didn't say he's the wealthiest one. Making money is one thing. Keeping it is another. But you watch Humberto. I promise you, you watch Humberto. If he doesn't manage to piss off, because that's the only thing about Humberto, is he's got a temper, much like myself. He's got a temper, and when he's right, he insists that he's right, and there's no black and there's no gray area. It's black or white. So if he can manage not to piss off people around him that he works with, I guarantee you he'll be either the top driver in Mercer or the number 2 driver behind Gord. It'll be the Canadian division, or the Canadians will be 1 and 2 in Mercer Transport, just between Gordy and Humberto. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. I know the way Gordy works and operates, and I know the way Humberto works and operates. I promise you, you watch Humberto, right? And he's one of those guys. He's got a small little channel right now, I encourage people to watch. I know sometimes he's hard to follow because of the way he talks, but listen to some of the things that he says. Besides the swear words, okay? Besides the swear words, lots of swear words, but you can come here and get lots of swear words too. But listen to the little things that he says when he's talking about business. There's little intricacies about businesses, about the trucking business and the business of trucking that Humberto talks about. And he says he doesn't even know that he's saying it. He's a smart dude. He knows what he's doing. He truly does know what he's doing. I have a lot of respect for him. I really do. No baby stuff this morning. I'm working all the business stuff, trailers, contracts, towing companies to orchestrate the move of my RV and my Jeep. I'm going to scrap it. What'd you do with that bike, Shannon? What'd you do with that bike? He can speak multiple languages and creates a type of confusion which is understandable. No, it is. It is. He. That's why I say he's hard to follow. Right? He's hard to follow. He really is. But if you can get your head wrapped around it, he's a smart dude. He is. Driving, listening to the show. Mark, hey, no problem, man. You be safe. I appreciate you being here. Of course, Mark is a channel member, and we appreciate channel members just a little bit more. Like, we appreciate Tolga, but he's not a channel member, so we have to appreciate Mark Ely just a little bit more than Tolga. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding you. If you work hard and success will follow. Well, you know what? Most people like to say that, Camille, but in this business, in the trucking business, that's not always the case. If you work hard, success does not always follow. Unfortunately, this is one of those industries, man, that you are going to require a little bit of a lot of hard work. You're going to have to require some negotiating abilities. You're going to have to but you're also, and I don't care who you are. I don't give a damn who you are, whether you're me, Humberto, whether you're Shannon Thomas, whether you're Jeff Like, whether you're at our DIY. I don't care who you are. Every once in a while, you're going to get lucky, and that's what you're going to need. A little bit of luck. Shine a little luck on that fucking ball every once in a while. Yes, hard work will get you far, but you know what? I've known too many good people, and I mean this. I've known too many really, really, really good people in this industry that have worked their asses off, done everything they could, worked very hard, and they're educated. They're not stupid by any means, and just either the industry, time, age, market, economy. All it takes is 1 to 2 of those things to shift at the same time. And it doesn't matter how good you are, you better get lucky. And if you don't get lucky, you know what? Some people, unfortunately, have not made it. They just don't. I'll be honest with you. This is mine and Darth's 23rd year as owner operators. And I can say honestly, and I'll be totally honest with you, there's been 4 times in 22 years where we've teetered, like absolutely teetered on, okay, this is it. We're done. The ship's going down. Everybody bail out. We're done. And then, you know what? Something happens. Something over there happens that you didn't see coming. And it's like, all right, let's see what this is going to do. And you roll those dice and you throw those dice, and you know what? It works out for you. In 22 or 23 years, there's probably been 4 times, 3 for sure, at least, but I would say 4 that we've been lucky, where we've been standing there going, all right, what's next, and it's a really uncomfortable feeling. But I do say this. Hey, Elvin, how are you, man? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping in. Really do appreciate that. And 2-4 as well. Sorry, brother. I saw you come in. I saw you come in earlier, but I was in the middle of babbling about Oser, about Humberto. So appreciate you sneaking in here. What's up to the truck? Nothing. We're just getting out. We got a hole in one of the fuel tanks. They're gonna weld. They got to weld a patch onto it. So I'm gonna be out for a couple of days. That's all. Nothing overly crazy. Nothing overly serious. Look at that. We got all of Shannon Thomas Incorporated in here. Shannon and Elvin are both in. Who's minding the shop if you two are fucking in here? God, I'm telling you. My kids are my pets. Well, my kids were my pets when they were little, right? More like when they were little, but they're not so much my pets now. Although then they've gone from being my pets, now they're my gophers. I say that jokingly, of course. I don't know who's listening. There's probably 1 or 2 of them at the door I'd like to open the garage doors. We got a beautiful day here today. Absolutely beautiful day. But unfortunately, if I open the garage doors and let in a real nice breeze, the light coming in, actually, you wouldn't be able to see any of the background. The light reflection coming in is so bright. It's so nice. So OFC, he ain't joking. Do I joke? Do I look like I fucking joke around? Chrissy says perks LOL 24. But Sam, what's going on? Good morning. Success shouldn't be measured by money, but by your own content. You know what? I really like that. Money, unfortunately, is how most people get judged, right? You will look at somebody, and you will look at their car, you'll look at their home, you'll look at the clothes they wear, they'll look at the job they do, what kind of wristwatch they're wearing. That gives you an indicator of, and it's not always right. Unfortunately, this is just the way industry or the general population is. Right. It's just, unfortunately, that's the way it is. But it's not always the case. I know people who are, they walk around and they're driving $140,000 Land Rover. They're wearing, $300 fucking snakeskin boots, and they're wearing, the best pants and and they got $12.50 in the bank. If it took a nickel to get around the world, he couldn't get out of sight, right? He couldn't get out of sight. On the other hand, I know other people that, they're making pretty good change. They're making pretty good money right now, but you would never know it. Humility is a big part of life these days. I would much rather measure a man by his level of humility than by his pocketbook. I would like to think that that's how I get measured more often than not, because I don't talk about money. I don't talk about, things or things that we buy, or I don't talk about that. It's not important, right? What's important is what I do with my time. And same with you, Chrissy, Darth, 24, Tolga, Elvin, Shannon Thomas. It's not always the most important thing is not what we do with our money and how we spend it and how we look and all the material things that we have. You can have them, that's fine. But I'd rather be judged on my level of humility. How quickly am I willing to turn around and help the next person? How quickly am I willing to park my truck and lose, half a day's pay to help another fucking guy? How quickly am I willing to, help any situation? How willing am I to be, when my wife or one of my daughters or one of my best friends says to me, I need you here. And I don't say why, I just go, okay. That is how, as a man, that I think I would like to be measured. Monetary is nice, but it comes with the territory. If you do your job, like we were talking earlier, you work hard, you get a little lucky, you do okay, you can have some nice shit in life. But I've said this a million times. You know what? You can take all of this away from me right now. Everything I've got, the house, cars, truck, fucking swimming pool, take it all. Take it all away right now. Right down to take every penny I got out of the bank. It's going to hurt. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be a happy cat. It's going to hurt. But I promise you, I can always make more money. You can always make more money. You can't replace your friends. You can't replace your kids. You can't replace your loved ones. You can't replace the things that are important to you in your life. Those kind of things can't be replaced. And yeah, you can joke around, go, well, if one of my kids dies, I'll make another one. No, doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I'd like to live in a day and age where humility makes the world go around, and not the almighty dollar. I got sunburnt yesterday. Well, dude, I could probably get sunburnt today if I went out and decided to do a little yard work, which I'm choosing not to. I'm I've already done, like I said, I've already done my chores for the day. So now we're gonna bang off a little of this today and hang out, and then I think we might do a fire tonight. Another day. Kids did a real good fire last night, but we've got some old furniture. Hey, you guys remember those days? Remember those days when you'd be having a bonfire and not only be throwing in your firewood, you'd be pulling out all the old furniture, old bookcases, right? We got a couple of bookcases that were downstairs that are it's that IKEA shit, right? Yeah, you could hold a flame and hold a cigarette lighter to it, and poof, the thing would go up like paper. But so we're gonna try that. I have two birds and a bearded dragon who is my girlfriend. She is a daddy's girl, dude. Dude, that almost sounds kinky. That's what it's all about. I think so, Jim. I do. Thanks. Yeah, very well said. Thank you. Money can't buy happiness. No. No, you hear about they say that, every time you hear some about some guy winning, he won $50 million. There's always some negative Nancy in the background. Yeah, well, money can't buy happiness. Well, you know what? You give me the 50 million bucks. I'll happily take a swing at it and let you know how it works out for me. Hand me $50 million. Don't get me wrong. What we were talking about earlier about humility. If $50 million fell through the roof of my garage right now, landed in my lap right here, uh, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't even bitch about the hole in the roof. Okay. And I'll be happy. I'll be happy to try spending it and living my life and let you know how happy or unhappy I am. I'll make videos about it every single day. Okay. Every single day it'll be how I'm living with my how I'm living with how I'm living within the tortures of the confines of the having to have $50 million. There's another fine, outstanding channel member, WCF Invader. Oh shit, he's not. I see. Donnie doesn't do a lot of swearing, and I appreciate that about him. I really do. I like the walk of life, and I like the man Don is, and he's not a cursor. He lets me do all the cursing for him, and that's a fair trade. We get on the phone and we talk, and I swear my face off, and he doesn't. But he knows that he knows I'm doing all his swearing for him. So when he writes in here, I have to talk. I know what he wants to say. He doesn't want to say, "Oh shoot." He wants to say, "Oh shit." He's not driving. I wonder who woke him up this morning. You know who woke me up this morning? Uh, Piper woke me up this morning. Actually, believe it or not, Dar fell asleep on the couch. We got something going on with Piper's paw. One of her paws is swollen, and so she's got to go to the vet. But she can't get up and down on the bed and everything. So I put her up on the bed last night, and then I laid with her last night. And it wasn't that late, but I ended up falling asleep with her. So she fell asleep, and I found the ones on Dar's side of the bed, and I fell asleep beside her. And Dar came in, and Dar fell asleep outside on the couch. And I don't even know what time any of this was. And all I know is that about 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, whatever it was, I got up to go have a pee, my old man mid-morning pee, right? Because I can't go throughout the night without having a leak anymore. What can you do? And so then I find out Dar was sleeping in the spare room. What she doesn't know is I went over and recorded her snoring. So I got a really good recording on my phone here if anybody wants to hear it. Actually, I think I'm going to send it to Sterling. I'll send it to Tolga. I'll send it to a few other people. Sterling, I promise you, if I send you this copy of Dar snoring right now, dude, with your editing expertise, the fun you can have with this, I promise you, you'll knock this one right out of the park. I'm expecting a text message on my phone any minute now. Don't you effing dare. Have you ever seen a sad man on a yacht with hose and white Colombian? Elvin, would you be surprised if I said yes, I have in real life, in person, multiple times, a lot? Ask Shannon. She can probably confirm it. Yes. Yeah, give me 50 million. I can make it happiness. I won't be able to spend it all. Dude, I could spend 50 million bucks. But then you're not going to be happy with the shit you buy. right? I'll be honest with you, right? Somebody drops $50 million in your bank account, right? What's the first thing you're going to do? Okay, well, yeah, you're going to pay off all your debts, and then what? Okay, you're going to have you're either going to sell your house or you're going to have a new, like a house, this house flat, whatever, right? You're probably going to have a nice house built for you and your wife, and da 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 da. And then you're going to what? You're going to buy a couple of nice vehicles. In my case, I'd have to have another garage built. Blah blah blah. So you're gonna have all of that and do all that. But once you've done everything there is to do and go on the vacations and do this and do that and blah, what are you gonna do? Like, once you've done everything there is to do and gone everywhere there is to go and bought your wife as many fucking diamonds as she can fit on 10 fingers and toes and whatever, what's left? You know what, man? Be honest with you, I'd go back to work. If I won 50 million bucks, and Dar knows this, Dar knows with 100% certainty that I would actually do this. You drop $50 million in my account, the first thing I'm doing is I'm calling Kenworth. I'm ordering a new truck. Actually, I'm going to order 3 of them. I'm going to order 3 new trucks, and then I'm going to take Dar on vacation. We're going to do all the shit that I just said, take care of a new house or upgrade the one we've got or whatever. But eventually I'm going back to work, right? I'm going back to work. I will go trucking. You don't even have to pay me. I'll just go truck. You cover whatever company I'm working for, or maybe reactivate my own authorities, go to work, whatever. Cover my own fuel. Just cover my fuel, and I'll truck for free. But I will eventually go back to work because I just won't. I just can't do it. Oh yeah, she's a total daddy's girl. She's right here beside me, laying here on the floor. I just lay out one of the horse blankets on the concrete floor here, and she's just as happy as a lark. If we went 5 hours here today, she'd sit here for 5 hours. She wouldn't say a word. She'd be happy as hell. So these memes. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell, but yeah. Well, that's a good point too. Yeah, if I won $50 million, believe me, I wouldn't be blabbing it all over YouTube, Elvin. Right? You animals would be the last ones. You'd know about it, but after 3 weeks from now or 5 weeks from now, once the money's here, I've got and it's taken care of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, that's that. Yeah, see, this is why I love and adore her so much, right? If I want a lot of money, I would be doing a lot of good with it and have foundations for all of those that have less. How do you top that, right? How do you top that? I would triple it and then spend my life being a professional humanitarian. Well, you know what, Shannon? You and Dark and humanitize together. Me and Elvin are going trucking. Okay. You and Dark and humanitize till you're blue in the face. Just make sure that me and Elvin have 2 really nice trucks underneath us, and that's all we ask. And you guys can humanitize while me and Elvin are tearing up the highway. Then just do the stuff you like. Exactly. Oh, exactly. Do the stuff you like and do your best to be the greatest man you could be. Well, Elvin, you don't need $50 million to do that, though, right? We try to do that now, right? Honest to God, we try to do that now. Try. I don't always succeed, and believe me, I probably fail just as much as I succeed at this. But I try my best to be the best husband I can be to Dar. I try to be the best father I can to my children, and just try to be the best man I can, in the world about me and in the world around me. I don't need $50 million to do that. I'd like to think that if I had $50 million fall in my lap, I could enhance that and be even better and help even more and blah, blah, blah. But I don't need $50 million to be a good man. I can do that now for fucking nothing, right? I can be piss poor, broke, and 200 million in debt and still be a good man. I'd buy land in some mountains, and I would work at home with a cabin and live off the land. Houdini, you know how good that sounds too. If the first thing you would do is buy a new truck, then go on vacation with your well, no, I can order the truck. It takes me 9 minutes. It'll take us longer to organize the vacation, but the truck is only 9 minutes. It's only a 9-minute phone call. Oh yeah, me and Dar would have our grid land and all of our animals, chickens, cats, dogs, cattle, lots of solar panels and gardens. Hey, knock yourselves out, man. Like I said, just make sure Elvin and I got a couple of real nice ponies underneath us. Dar dropping the hammer. Hey, what do you think, Buck? What do you think of this one today? We're going old school. Okay. No Metallica today, no Iron Maiden today. We're going old. And this isn't old, but look at this. Like, she's fucking worn out. Hey, what do you think of that one, Buck? Just thought, you know what? Just thought we'd do something a little different, you know? Just a little different. We've always got the heavy metal rocking and going, and that's okay. I got no problem with that. But I had the blues going all this morning, and I had a little Johnny Cash going this morning, and it's like, you know what? Let's take a little different. Let's do something a little different. So yeah, it was good. Duana. I like that idea, Houdini. Yeah, Dar likes everybody's idea but mine. Duana's in the house saying hello to Sexy Santa. Where is he? Where you got Sexy Santa? I don't know what you're talking about. Tell ya. We would know it after you uploaded a video on your YouTube channel. Video title, I bought 5 new trucks. Yeah, and I hired you, Kamal, to run them for me. Okay? Toby Keith started a hospital like St. Jude in Oklahoma. In his last interview, he expressed concern about it continuing. I respect the guy for that. I hope his legacy is continued with that hospital. You know what? I did not know that, but man, I would expect. Toby Keith is a big enough name, and he had enough respect in that business between the music industry and just business alone. Invader, I would imagine it would probably be all right. It's okay. Every trucker's wife knows that they're actually second next to the truck. Well, no, the wife is the wife and the truck is the mistress, right? But the shitty thing is, and this is just a fact of life as truck drivers, occasionally the mistress is always in the driveway and she's always calling to you, always. And there are times where the mistress, unfortunately, trumps the wife. And that's not fair. It's not right. But in business, sometimes that's just the way it is. It sucks. The OG country outlaw. You got it, baby. What I want is I'm looking for one. I haven't found it yet. I'm looking for one with Johnny, Chris Christopherson, Waylon, Willie, and Merle. Give me one with all 5 of them on it. And I've not seen one yet, right? You want the best of the best. And actually, you can even put George on there, right? Even get George on there. So you get the 6 of them. Oh, man. I'd buy 20 of them. You should go live in a Santa suit. Are you out of your fucking mind? Give your head a shake. It's 24 degrees here today. Shannon, especially chickens, ma'am. Mentioned about that a few times too, please. Where's that? What's that? Where's that button I use for taking wrenches away? Where is that? Oh, damn! I can't find that button right now. You accept that offer from right now, do you? Right. So if I buy 5 trucks or buy a fleet of trucks, I could hire you to come over here and run them. Tolga, my man, you're safe, brother. Tolga, you're untouchable. You know it, and I know it. Tolga's got more. He's probably got more power and authority on this channel than I do, for crying out loud. Hold on. It doesn't make sense to leave. It doesn't make sense to leave just a little slushy going on in there. Am I that predictable, Duana? Am I that predictable that you'd even put that in there? Don't worry about it. He won't do it. He's calling Dewana's calling bullshit on me. That's what she's doing. She's looking at it right now going, I call bullshit on that. He ain't gonna fucking do it. That's it. And you know what? You know what? Dewana, you're right. Times two, Tog. Now Tog is pushing his luck, eh? What a little asshole. You little Turkish prick, you. That's funny. That's funny. Wow. I have a kind heart. Well, you know what? I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. I didn't always. Dewana, I keep going Dewana. It's Dewana. Sorry, Dewana. You're kind of late to the party. There's a few people in here. Buck, Tolga, Houdini, Guard Dog. They kind of know where I came from, you know, the life and the lifestyle that I came out of to be, and to work my way to where I am now as a person and a man. Just know that I wasn't always, a nice man. I wasn't always a nice guy. I didn't always do the right thing. I didn't look at a situation and go, if I do this, that person's going to get hurt. In order for me to do, if I do this, which will pay me, but this person over here is going to get hurt. At one point in my life, the give a fuck factor on that was zero. I didn't care. I didn't care if somebody else got hurt. And those days for me are in my past, but that's where I come from and that's where I came from. And it's taken a lot of years of working and working hard and diligently and honestly and sometimes failing. Sometimes you take one step forwards towards making a better Brian and you take one forward and you end up taking two back. Over the years, there's been a lot of that as well. Dar bought me a new hat yesterday. She got me. I like this one. I love these. Anyway, sidetracked. So when I hear somebody like you say to me, "You've got a kind heart," I like to hear that. It means a lot to me because by nature, a scorpion doesn't change its by nature. A zebra doesn't change its stripes. It's still a zebra by nature. I wasn't a nice man. I did not have a conscience. I didn't have a livable conscience back then. And to have somebody like you or any of the other people that have noticed or they know the difference in the changes in my life, to say, you've got a kind heart. That's not me putting on a show. That's me struggling every single day with my addictions and my demons and my monsters. And that's what that is. And when you say you've got a kind heart, that means means me personally, within me as a man, I'm winning that fight. And for that, I thank you. It means a lot to me. It does. I'm the only one I have to answer to, right? But even once in a while, I slip. And I don't mean I slip and go out and get stoned or get it back on the pipe or fucking start stuffing coke up my nose and, or start drinking. That's not what I mean by slip. When I say slip at this point in my life, it's like, it's that tape that tape that runs in your head, right? That old tape every once in a while will kick on and that old way of thinking and that old way of doing things will kick in. And that man appears ever so briefly, but in 1 hour of when that man appears, within 1 hour, he can set me back fucking 6 months. The amount of damage that old way of thinking can do is just not that good. So you guys don't really truly honestly realize when you make a simple compliment like that, what that means to a recovered drug addict and a recovered alcoholic such as myself. Because it's a lot of work. And anybody else that's in here that's ever had to fight those demons and fight those monsters and keep them at bay every single day, every single day. And to have somebody say, you know what, asshole, you're doing all right. You got a kind heart. That's good. Plus, trust me, that doesn't mean I'm pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. Because if I'm pulling the wool over your eyes, that means I'm pulling the wool over my own eyes first, and I can't live that way. So that's just I just thought I'd tell you that. So thank you, Duana. We all have our past on, but that's where it stays. I'm very proud of your change. My daily struggles with depression is still gnawing at the back stoop. You do have a kind heart. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Little Zebra Girl 4, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. What is going on? Hold on, guys. I just got to give this a little light here. It don't matter. Shine that crown, King. Hey, you know what? Thanks, Joshua. That's you know what? Kind thing for you to say. I appreciate that. Mine ain't drugs or alcohol, but demons are demons nonetheless. Fuck, I hear you. You know, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be that, you're some asshole, you're running around doing lines of coke off some hooker's ass while drinking 40-ounce bottles of Jack Daniels and tearing up bars every night, ripping down the street in your motorcycle, running over people and kicking them over because you think it's funny. Those don't have to be your demons. Those were mine. Right? Those were mine. That's kind of where I kind of fucking live and what hole I kind of crawled out of. And that's where I was. But a person's demons are a person's demons. It could be anything. It can be booze, drugs, food, sex, fucking anything. You can be there's anything in the world you can be addicted to, right? Mine was first and foremost was cocaine and crack and cocaine. So I loved drugs. And then secondly, was alcohol. So I was an alcoholic on top of that. And then, there's when you're fueled by drugs and you're fueled by alcohol, well, then all of a sudden other drives kick in. And what else is there? Well, there's women, right? And then there's other problems that come with that. And, man, I'm telling you, it's a long and distinguished list of shit, man, that you can get yourself into. TJ Bull of the Woods. There he is. Sorry, you know what, TJ? I finally, after a year and a half, I finally burned out your hat, bro. I wore it out. I wore it every single day for a year and a half. The son of a bitch finally let go. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did because it went through 2 summers and a winter. Bro, wore the hat out. Darth bought me a new hat yesterday, so I'll have to get another one off you. But I want you to know, TJ, wore that son of a bitch proudly. I wore it so proudly, I wore it out. You can do the same thing with the T-shirt. Wear it every single day for 2 years. We'll see how that goes. TJ, Legend of the Woods. There you go. Legend of the Woods. I like this. I like the sound of that, Tolga. I really like the sound of that. That's not bad. TJ, you should patent that, man. You can be Bull of the Woods for the next couple of years, and then your fucking channel explodes. And then now you're Legend of the Woods. There you go. Anyway, TJ, great to see you, brother. Thanks for being here. Hold on. I'm hacking up something. I don't know what it is. There we go. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. You're a wonderful audience. Our differences that make us all the same. Just my perspective. Well, you know what? It's not necessarily, to be honest with you, it's not necessarily what you did, what your addiction was, or what your monster was, or what your demon was. It's the fact that you fought through it, right? Now, I fought through mine. Matter of fact, I didn't. I fought through them at the time, but even now, right? I've been clean and sober as of last March for 31 years. But those demons and monsters are still nipping at my heels, right? They're still there. They never go away. I wake up every morning and I have to put like Buck, you just said, it put my demons, I have to put my life in perspective, right? Those demons for me are never going to go away. There's always that little voice right back here going, and it's the drugs, right? Going, hey, what are you doing? Come on, I'm right over here. Come on, come on, come on. Just one, just one. That's all, and that's all it takes. And I happen to know that just by the type of man that I am, I just happen to know that I have another bender. Like, I got another tear up left in me. If I ever succumb to it, I've got another tear. And believe me, it'll be masterful. It'll be great. I can put a lot of coke and booze into this body, and I can go. I've got one left, but I don't have another recovery left in me. It'll kill me. That's and that sits right here, right? That sits right here, right at the forefront of my head. I have another drunk or another high in there. I don't have another recovery. I will not recover again. The last recovery almost killed me and two other people. I'm telling you, my recovery almost killed me and two other people to get me, off the shit. So I don't have it. Unless you can lock me up and chain me and nail me to a concrete floor for fucking 14 days while I dry out, and just basically close the garage door and come back in 14 days. Unless you've got that ability, I don't have another recovery left in me, because, man, once I'm gone, I will be gone. Buck, all of us coming together to support each other is what the planet needs to function. Yeah, we need to build and support each other instead of tearing each other apart. Absolutely. I 100% agree. And I've said it before. It's much easier to tear somebody down, to run their dick into the dirt, and to, point your finger down at someone. It's a whole lot easier to do that. And usually when we're doing that, it's because we're fighting something within ourselves, right? We're insecure. We need to feel better than somebody else. So it's easier to run them into the dirt, or to run them down, than it is to build them up. It's a lot harder to say, hey, man, how you doing? You're looking great today. Here, let me help you up with this. Why? Because that requires effort. That requires love. That requires time and attention. That's what that requires. There's no time and attention and effort in running somebody down. To build someone up requires commitment and effectiveness. Yeah, and that's the hard part. That people just don't like that. I believe that our experiences are what shape us. You know what, Joshua, you're right. Because you think about Joshua, you can think about where you came from or where I came from. A lot of those experiences that I had while I was in a different life and doing all of that still do affect me today. And my wife notices them, or she's noticed them over all the years. Today, it doesn't bother her. But there are certain situations in which I'm in a social surrounding that I will not allow happen to me. I will not allow certain things to happen within a social, whether we're at a barbecue or whether we're in a restaurant, or if we're in a social standing and there's people around me. There's certain things I will not allow, and it's just for my own safety and my own. But I don't even do it knowingly. It's a subconscious thing, almost like a survival thing that kicks in. And certain things I just don't. And it used to bother Dar, but it doesn't bother her anymore. She just knows there's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way and I don't mean I get sketchy, I get jumpy, or I get goofy. No, I don't mean any of that. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. But there are certain things. But Joshua, I 100% agree with you. 100%. More gets resolved by having a conversation and gets destroyed by a confrontation. Again, you know what? These are great cliches. Buck, I agree with that 100%. 100%. I was searching about shipping. I was searching about shipping. That shipping something from Canada to Pakistan would be $60 to $100. If you're going to pay $100 to ship something, you might as well climb in the box yourself and come here and get it. Pay the $100, Camille, and matter of fact, I'll split it with you. I'll pay 50. Okay. Interesting question. What is your favorite big city in Canada that you've been to? I'd say Toronto. I've been to all of them. Little Zebra Girl, I've been to all the big cities in Canada. When you're talking big city, you're probably talking like mostly like the capitals, right? Now, Montreal is not a capital of Quebec. Quebec City is, but Montreal is a much better city, a more fun city to be in than Quebec City is. But I would say Toronto. In Toronto, you're going to get a taste of everything. Everything. There is fantastic tourism. There are beaches. There is the CN Tower, the Ripley's Museum. They got some of the greatest interactive museums, the Royal Ontario Museum. You can literally come to Toronto and spend a whole week in Toronto and not see everything that you want to see. Toronto is a really well-rounded city, also with people and population as well. And then after that, I'd probably say Montreal. Toronto is good for some nightlife, really good nightlife. In certain areas, there's some areas in Toronto for nightlife you don't want to go. That's part of like what I was just talking about. Some of the lifestyle I used to live would be in some of those areas. They weren't in the good parts of the nightlife, but Toronto has some really good nightlife areas. They got some really good tourism areas. They got a lot of really good shit to see. Restaurants, world-class restaurants, everything like that. And then I think if you want to party and just tear it up with as few rules as possible, go to Montreal. You hit St. Catherine Street in Montreal and, hold on to your ass because you're going to lose it. You're going to have a lot of fun. So Little Zebra Girl will be Toronto first, Montreal second, probably Calgary third. Yeah. Actually, go out west. You go to like St. John, or out west, sorry, out east. Go to like St. John. The East Coasters, those East Coast boys, those girls, boys and girls out there, they party up pretty good out there. They're not big cities, not like when you think about like Toronto, Montreal, like that, but they do really well. Tolga charges $5 for all the patents as principal of his business. It's not about the money. You can see Cash App. Tolga, the future dictator of the observable universe. My God, that's a $5 million handle right there alone, Tolga. Buck Brown, that's the knife that cuts the deepest for me. My husband and 2 or 3 of my boys would rather me stay quiet than speak. Since my daughter moved out, I have no control of my house or my boys. Well, you know what? That is at some point or another, Duana, at some point or another, you as a woman, or even more importantly, you as a person, is going to have enough. And how, when you reach that point, and a really old wise man told me, because I came to him one time and I was snotting and bawling and crying. It was really early in my sobriety, and I said, Jack, I'm at the end of my rope. I said, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope. I don't know what to do. I'm at the end of my rope. And Jack just very calmly, he said to me, son, let go of the rope. Duana, at some point or another, when you've had enough, you're going to reach that point. You're going to have no choice. Love sometimes hurts. Your husband, your kids, I've got a wife. I've got children. I've got an ex-wife. I've got 2 children from previous. Love sometimes fucking hurts, and it hurts a lot. But eventually, the love that hurts doesn't hurt as much as what's inside of you, and you just gotta have to let go of that rope. And when you let go of the rope, you'll have that freedom, peace of mind, and and the ability to speak your mind and speak from your heart and speak whatever. No, don't get me wrong. I'm no Dr. fucking Phil here. I'm just talking. Like I've got a little experience with that because that's just the way I've lived my life as well. Although very rarely do I get spoken over. Very, very few people can talk over me. it just happens to work out that way. But you recovered, which is the biggest thing, and that's what makes me the most proud, brother. Joshua, thank you. You know what? I am proud of when I think of where I came from to who I am today. I'm proud of that. I am. But more importantly, I'm more proud of when I look at the children, I look at my kids, and I look at my marriage, and I look at my home, and I'm more proud of that. I have that today. If I would have never cleaned myself up and taken myself or dragged myself out of that world, I wouldn't have any of this. There's only two places for an animal like me, right? There's only two places for an animal like me. One, I'd have been incarcerated for the rest of my life, and there's no doubt in my life, no doubt in my mind, because that's where I would have gone, and that's where I would have been. I'd have been incarcerated, and that would have been the end of me. Or I'd have died. I'd have been dead. It was one or the other. There was no gray area there, right? That there is black and white. I'd have been dead or in jail. And people like me, that's where they deserve to be, right? If they can't recover and they just don't have that, that's the only two places. Sadly, most people believe a lie over the truth. Yeah. Duana, I don't know what is the basic reason, but I don't think that there is nothing that can't be fixed in time. No, it is. Time heals all wounds, believe me. Oh yeah, we get a discount at the post office there to Camille. So yeah, send your shit. Sounds like your younger years were similar to my own, sadly. Well, 2-4, you know what? We say sadly. Funny how we say sadly, but in all reality, I had to do it, or we had to do it. Sorry, I'm looking for something here. I think one of my wires just disconnected. Because if I didn't walk that line, and do that, and I wasn't that person, I wouldn't be here, right? I'd probably be some fucking guy sitting in an office, looking at 4 office walls all day, being a miserable prick, blah, 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 so much and so forth, right? It's the journey. Sorry, again, I'm just moving a wire here. I don't know how this happened. Usually I'm pretty well set up here, but unfortunately I kind of dropped the ball here. The journey that gets us here is it just is the way it is. I am who I am because of the journey that I took to get here. And it's not always been the best journey. I've still hurt people. I try not to do it intentionally nowadays, but nobody's perfect. Least of all me. I'm pretty goddamn close, but I'm not perfect. Josh Watson, Togo, when I open my mouth, I feel like I'm not heard. But for me to have peace, I have to stay quiet and cry myself to sleep. I'm seeking conversation with anyone who won't judge me. Well, baby, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. You know what? Nobody here is judging you. Nobody here is judging you. You're welcome to hang out here till the cows. Well, you've got horses. You got all sorts of shit. You're welcome to stay here till the cows come home. Nobody here is going to judge you one single bit. Besides, if any of you guys knew where I came from, you'd be looking at me going, who the fuck am I to? Who the fuck is Brian to judge? I'm nobody to judge. Right? I try my best to judge a man or a woman at face value. Right? I truly do. I'm not always successful. I've looked at somebody and misread them and thought, and I was wrong. It happens. We've all had that. Nobody's perfect. But I do to the best of my ability to try to correct that once I find out, where my error was, making amends and correcting myself as quickly as possible. And believe me, I hate it because, in order to say you were wrong and then say you were sorry and say you're sorry and then truly mean it and try not to do it again. Well, that means you need a little bit of humility, and admitting you're wrong for me is probably one of the hardest things in the world. Why? Be honest with you. The biggest hurdle for me is ego, man. It's fucking ego. My pride and my ego in my life have probably hurt me more times than have saved me or helped me. I will dig my heels in, and even if I know I'm wrong about something, I will dig my heels in and I will back myself right into the wall because of my ego and my pride. It's just, goddamn, man, I'm telling you, my ego kicks my ass a lot. But again, as time goes on, I've realized through a little bit of humility and through love of other people, sharing their love with me or sharing their, respect with me, that, what, my ego doesn't have to be that big. And today, my ego is nowhere near as big as it used to be. Now, Dar's going to argue with me, and that's okay. She's entitled. Because she's my wife and she's my best friend, and she knows me better than anybody in the world right now. Yes, I still have a big ego, and that's okay. But you know what? My ego today isn't hurting anybody. It's not killing anybody. The only one my ego fucks with nowadays is me. What can you do, right? What can you do? Every once in a while, the old ego steps in and kicks you right in the nuts, and then you pay for it. You guys don't mind if I smoke, do you? If you were here a couple of days ago, there was somebody in the chat just totally grinding my nuts because I was smoking on my channel here. So anyway, Duana, I may be a total stranger, but I'd always listen. Honestly, it sure takes a big weight off the shoulders. You know what? And you know what, Joshua, that's big of you to say. I say similar things. I say, you know what, something that I say to bullies. You know what? Bullies are people that are opportunistic people that go after the weaker people or the people that are vulnerable, that may not be doing so well in life, that are struggling. And that's where they go after them because they're already struggling. They're already down. So it's easier to keep them down. And you know what? When you come across a bully, simply say to them, you know what, fucker, come on, leave them alone. Come on, come at me. Come at me. I got big fucking shoulders here. I'll carry the weight. Come take a run at me. Have at it, boy. And you know what, Joshua, that's sort of what you're saying there, and I appreciate that. I like what you're saying. You don't have to know somebody to help them out. You don't have to know somebody to listen. I had a lot of people that didn't know me from a fucking hole in the wall, but sat there and listened to hours of my babbling when I was cleaning myself up back in the early days, man. Let me tell you, those people saved my life. They didn't even fucking know they were doing it. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing, Josh. You know what? It's not always what you got to say to someone. Maybe it's better to just sit there with your mouth shut and fucking listen. Listening to somebody can probably save their life better than any advice you could possibly give them. Duana, you want to sit here in this chat and babble your fucking head off, lady? Sweetheart, you babble away. I don't give a shit. You will change your name from Duana Gilliam to the Babbling Brook. Baby, I don't care. We're all here for you. You just babble the fuck out of all of us, okay? And while you're at it, get Marshall babbling too. I love him. Cool little fucker he is. Duana, I live by a simple rule. I refuse to let things out of my control have control over me. And that's kind of what we're talking about here, right? If I've got no control over it, why the hell am I expending time and my time and my valuable time and my valuable energy and my valuable love? Why am I doing that? I have no control over it. It's going to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Hopefully we're prepared. We're prepared for it. You hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's just the way life is. And I agree, Josh. Buck is true. Y'all just don't realize how much y'all are helping me. Thank you so much. You know what? That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. You know what? I'm just some dumb fuck that drives a truck. I just happen to be an owner operator, and I've got a couple of people here. I've got a nice little channel here of some really cool people. We do a lot of chit chat and we do a lot of bullshit. And don't get us wrong, Duana, the bullshit's piled up about this fucking high on this channel. It really is. But you know what? At least it's entertaining bullshit. It's good bullshit. It's wholesome bullshit. Nobody here is bullshitting anybody, trying to screw anybody out of anything. We're just having fun. And if it's just a matter of sitting around having a good laugh, or sitting here listening to you, or listening to Buck, or listening to me, You know, I have bad days. I have rough moments, you know, so be it. So be it. This channel doesn't have to be all about, you know, hey, let's talk about fuel mileages and fucking truck and horsepower and torque and tire sizes and, you know, brands of trucks. What's the best? It doesn't have to be about that. You know, we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. I've always said that. I always said that in all and when I open all the fucking chats, you know what? Talk about anything you want to talk about. Tolga, I try to speak positively over my day. You know what? That's absolutely good. Absolutely good. I hope that no, hold on, I'm gonna read this. I hope that nobody's gonna steal my words from me. And this is another lifetime motto. What a beautiful morning it is. Remember, this is the first day of the rest of your life, so make the best of it. Tolga, I wonder where I've heard that before. I wonder where I've heard that before. You, my friend, are a very observant man, and I love you and respect you for it. I know where I've heard that before. And funny, the guy Tolga that mumbled that little or put that little up and mumbled that, he got that from a very wise man somewhere down the road in his life that said the same thing to him. Nothing these days, and nothing in here that we're saying is original, right? Nothing we're saying in here is original. There's nothing I'm going to say in here that's absolutely original. It's either really good advice that I've heard from some smart, wise people, men, women, or whatever from the past that I've been able to apply to my life and has worked. So you know what? I pass it on to you guys. Same with Josh, same with Buck, same with Tolga. It's all the same. Alexa, copy Tolga's quote. Tolga, you're the shit. You really are. My goal is to leave the world a better place than I entered. Yeah. That's all of us should feel that way. At the end of the road, we eventually reap what we sow. Yeah, you see, there's a million and one cliches that are all applicable. They really truly are. They really truly are. I'm at the TA in Morris, Illinois. If anyone's hungry, I am buying. Well, brother, I know exactly where you are. I've eaten there a million times myself. Unfortunately, I'm about from here to Morris. I'm about 735 miles, about 735 miles away from you. So by the time I get there, you'll be ready to go to bed tonight. But we all appreciate the offer, Mark. Anybody, Mark's at the TA in Morris. Anybody in the area wants to stop in, Mark's buying. No, you're goddamn right, Buck. You're goddamn right, son. I absolutely agree. Good morning, Red Lady. Good to see you as always. My pleasure. Joshua, you know what? I just don't want to be another person who only thinks of myself. If I can help in any way, then damn, that's what I'll do. One smile, one chat, one change of life, and change life. Yeah, I love that. I love that. But it's one of those things, it's a lot harder to do than it is to say. And I'm not saying you don't. I truly hope that you are. I hope you're that man. I hope you are that guy that's walking through the world. And that is the man that you are. I really fucking hope you are, man. And if you are, hats off to you. Fuck, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. Okay? Because that is hard to do. That is hard to do. Because I'll be honest with you, at times it's just easier to think of myself. Myself comes first. Me, myself, and I. Dude, talking about trucking all the time is completely boring anyway. Same old shit. Well, yeah, it kind of is. But there's always, sometimes you just got to do it. Because why? Well, there's always that new guy or new girl or new person that's coming into trucking, and they've got questions. And it doesn't matter that 3 days ago we answered all these questions. They weren't there 3 days ago. They're here today. So you know what? I'll take the time out and I'll talk to them again for 25 minutes and give them anything that they ask. If they're asking questions, then I'm going to answer every question they've got. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to hope maybe Buck knows, or I'm going to hope Sterling knows, or I'm going to hope the guard dog knows. So, and that's kind of what we're providing here. It's just a service. This is like a service through life. It's a trucking based channel, but it's a service through life. Let's everybody just hang out and have a good fucking time. Any updates on that gift basket? Sorry by asking about the basket, but I'm very excited and can't wait for it. Dude, today's only Monday, so she didn't even go to the I don't think she went to the post office. She'll be, okay, there. Camille, I'll be doing sending it out Wednesday. Okay. And remember, Camille, and where I live out in the country here, like the post office is in town. So Dar's not going to the post office for one thing. So she waits until she's got a few things, and then she goes in and does it all at once. So there you go. She said she's going to take care of it on Wednesday. So going to Pakistan, my friend, I would imagine you're probably looking at about 2 weeks before you get it. We're not sending it fucking UPS or FedEx or anything like that. It's no overnight delivery, dude. Okay. Morning, sis. Hopefully the old man gets feeling better soon. Red lady, pump them full of antihistamines. And then once all the fumes from the antihistamines, like actually here, force it down his throat. Make him drink the original Buckley's medicine. Make him drink like fucking 4 tablespoons of that. And then once the fumes are coming up and he's like clear, his head is ringing and everything like that, shoot him down some wild turkey. I promise you, whatever's ailing him, I just cured him. You ask Buck. I guarantee you, whatever is ailing him, he's right as rain after that. Yeah, it was an excellent quote. Good morning, Buck. I'm making him chicken noodle soup. Oh my God. Men are such pussies, eh? I want my mom. As soon as a man gets a sniveling nose, he gets a runny nose, and he's next thing they want their mom and their chicken soup and their teddy and their I want my fucking pilly and all sorts of shit. Camille, I've been around it my entire life and hear about it way too often. So for me, it's boring. Yeah. Remember, Dar's been married to me for 21 years. We've been trucking the whole time. Her dad was a truck driver. So Dar's been immersed in trucking all her life, right? And I think Dar's grandfather trucked. So trucking for her, there's no, oh, let's talk trucking. To her, it's fucking old news. So, and I get it. I really do. Do I want to deliver to England? Hey, we've sent packages over to England. Robert Tyke Trucking. We've sent Robert stuff. I think England wasn't as expensive as Pakistan's going to be. I think I'm going to have to start working a couple extra Saturdays to pay for this package going over to Camille. I'm just shitting you. I really am. In the rare times I catch a cold, I turn into a 5-year-old all over again. So, dude, so do I. Although I still truck through it. Like I refuse. I think this is just ignorance, and I hurt myself by doing this. But I will work through it. Like if I'm sick, stomach flu, like whether I have a cold, I'll bitch and moan and complain, but I will work. I work through it. I stomach flu or something like that. Like I've been going down 75 southbound 75, and I'm throwing up out the door of my truck at 65 mile an hour, and it's coming out of both ends. Hey, you deal with it. You're working, so, but on the other hand, that's not necessarily good because you don't give yourself the proper time to get well and to mend and whatever. Like, and it's the same with my body. Like, there, look at I'm holding my cigar, but look at these fingers. Like I've busted like every. That's as straight as those go. Look at those knuckles. Like I've busted everything in there, and oh, they're all busted. They're all cracked. They're all chipped. They're all everything's. Now, mind you, I do have a good size hammer, so if I swing it, if I'm swinging this at you, you better duck. Red lady, take it easy. By the way, ma'am, I wish the fastest recovery for him, so we can drink again all together. There you go. Typically for a man buck. Well, even Darth's going to say, yes, I'm a baby and I'm a puss, but she will admit that I do work through it. It takes more than a busted finger or a dislocated shoulder or a sprained arm or whatever. It takes more than that to keep me from working. I work through it all. But on the other hand, like I said, it has probably come back and hurt me more than it helped me because, you know, I didn't allow myself to heal properly. I didn't give myself the proper amount of time. You know, when the doctor says, okay, you need to park your truck for 10 days and lay in bed and heal. And you go, yeah. 3 days later, you're slinging steel. Yeah. There you go. We see Eric. How's it going? Bastards in the house. Good morning. I saw a couple things from Hooligan this morning. I finally caught them. I don't know why. I had to unsubscribe and subscribe to Hooligan's channel, but so he's back to riding and putting out some content. He did a pretty good ride there. I don't know when the ride was, but I know that he put out a couple of riding videos, so it was good. I took a look at them, and I know that he made a comment that Eric scared the shit out of him with the welfare check, but hey, it's all in love. I like the fact if Hooligan's not here, it's not because he's hiding, it's because he's working. So, yeah, men are big ass babies. Yeah, well, whatever, right? Sorry, guys. Boss man putting the floor scrubbing, stripping plan in place. So tomorrow I may be in the background tomorrow. Deep cleaning starts. Well, you know what? I don't care where you are. I don't care what you're doing. You know what? If you're here, just pop in quick and say, I'm here, but I'm in the background, just so we've got the Duana aura. We know you're here, right? We know you're here. Is Sterling sick again? Yeah, it sounds like Sterling's caught himself a bit of a cold. Thanks, Duana. Come on back anytime, baby. You know where we're at. We're always here. Same bat time, same bat channel. What's going on, Ryan? Good to see you, brother. Well, Curtis was in earlier, and he has he surrenders. So I said, and I openly said, you are the undisputed, undefeated, undeniable, one and only king of the Wheelburner Express channel. The title and crown and the pink panties are yours, baby. You own it all. So when Dar gets home today, we're going to be putting the three clips together, and we'll be putting them out so everybody can see what Ryan did to earn his title. And let me tell you again, I've said this before, but I'll say it just one more time. It is fucking masterful. It is absolutely masterful. So you're the boss, man. You're the boss. Sterling doesn't push through and still works. Sterling does push through and still works. Yeah, I'm sure he does. My drive, it's just my drive, and it's sometimes it's my own ignorance. My drive sometimes outweighs my common sense. Common sense is to, you know what, take it easy, relax, get well, heal, mend, whatever, stay in bed, take an extra day, whatever. That's common sense. But my drive sometimes overrides that and just pushes through. So, but don't forget that picture of both of your sign. What are you talking about, Camille? So, Camille, I got to ask you. Actually, I don't know. Did Dar ever send you the print? so you could print the t-shirt? Because I really want to see the t-shirt you're doing. I'm actually more interested in the t-shirt that you're doing than what we're sending you, than the basket of merch that we're sending you. I really want to see that t-shirt, because I think you were saying you're going to do the t-shirt with the Wheel Burner Express logo, and then you're going to put the legends names on the back. So I'm wondering if Darth sent you that. You're waiting for it. Okay. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me just. That's why we keep a pad and a piece of paper here, right? Or a pen and a piece of paper. Okay. Right on. There we go. Don't worry about it. We'll get it. Right. It's tea time for me. Almost 1700. I'll check in with you, with everyone soon. Peace and love, all. Joshua, hey man, thanks for hanging out, dude. Enjoy your tea and biscuits. You fine British gentleman. Your tea and biscuits. Thanks for hanging, brother. Come on back. We'll see you soon. But she didn't send it. Okay. You know what? We'll get on it. Don't worry about it. RDZ. We were wondering if you checked out JF's Buffler Chronicles. It kind of explains why he's such a junkie. I have not. RDZ, I'm going to be honest with you. JF for me is hard to watch. I've tried, and I'll be honest, RDZ, I've been honest about it. I've been sat with an open mind and tried to watch JF. But it's a hard watch. Maybe some people can, and they can get their head around it and everything. Maybe I'll go back and check it out. Maybe I'll go back and check it out and see maybe what I'm missing. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I'll go check it out. But JF is a hard watch for me. I can't explain that. Maybe I'm just. It's not that I haven't given him a chance. I have, right? I've many times over the last year, I've checked him out. I was actually subscribed to him at one point, just so that, you know, when shit would come up, I'd see it and I'd go look at it. But it's usually, there's a lot of anger-fueled conversation with himself directed at other people, and I find that hard to watch. Right now, if he's got something that's showing maybe anger-fueled conversation directed at himself, maybe doing inventory on himself as to why, maybe that'd be something I can watch. I didn't know that he'd done anything like that, but I will check it out. I'll check it out. I'll keep an open mind. I will the best I can. Believe me, God damn it, RDZ, I'm far from fucking perfect. I really am. I got to say something though. Here, 4 days to get truck fixed or just off today. No, the truck went in today. I dropped the truck off on Friday, I dropped the truck Saturday morning. Shop doesn't work Saturday and Sundays. So they're taking the tank off it today. Then they got to drain the fuel, take the tank off it. It's got to be cleaned, and then it goes out to the other company just in town, and then they're gonna do what they got to do, patch it. So it'll be like today will be okay. Tank comes off, gets cleaned, it gets shipped. Tomorrow, hopefully the tank gets fixed, right, and then hopefully tomorrow afternoon it gets back in and then goes, on the truck. I'd like to be trucking by Wednesday. I'd like to be Monday, Tuesday, and if the tank goes on early enough Wednesday morning, I can still get a run in. So, yeah, we'll see. Lazy bucks, no sat, no sun. No. The way they do is their day shift works Monday to Friday, and their mid-afternoon shift they work 4/12s, right? So they work 2 to 2. Excuse me. They work 2 to 2 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and they come back in Monday night. So, and it works well. I like the way the shop operates with those hours, the ATS shop. I like the way it works like that, because they work 12 hours, 2 till 2, and then the day shift comes in at 4 o'clock. Right. So there's only a 2-hour period where there's nobody in the shop. So it doesn't really matter, unless you're broken down or something happens within those 2 hours between 2 and 4 in the morning. There's always a shop available to us. And I like that. I like the way they operate. The downfall to that is Friday night, there's no shop Friday night. And then on Saturday, they have an overflow. 2 guys come in, but they're not there to do any work. They're there to cover, like, if lights, light bulbs, tires, that kind of shit. Just very bare minimum mechanical work. They're not there to cover any heavy work or anything like that. That's done during the week. So the guys that are there on Saturday, they're only there. I think they come in at like 8 in the morning, and they're only there till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. They change lights. They do, and when they're not changing lights or doing PMs on trailers, that's the other thing they do. They catch up on anything they're behind on, like PMs on trailers and shit like that. So they do all of that on the Saturdays. But there's nothing on Sundays. Nothing. You break down on Sunday, you're FUBAR. Oh, you guys got it. Come on, you guys got to do this. Oh, Ryan, I don't discuss my money. How much money did I lose on these days? So if I lost Monday, I lost like both loads Monday, 3 loads on Tuesday. So there's 5 and maybe 1 load. So 6 loads total. Let's just say both loads on Wednesday. So 7 loads. It's a nice chunk of change. Wow. It's a nice chunk of change. That's all I'm going to say. I was about to break my own rule, but Ryan, unfortunately, on the channel, I don't discuss my money. I'll talk about the industry standards and companies, about how much companies make and different truck drivers and what an average truck driver would make. But doing what I do is specialized. It's heavy haul and just shit like that. So, and nobody knows how much money. I think I think Shannon Thomas and I have discussed a couple of things about mine, because she had some questions. And I think a couple other people, one other person, actually, I know there's only one other person that knows about the dollars and cents that I do. But it also had to do with, we were discussing seriously about the business of trucking, right? The operational cost and everything like that. So I disclosed, okay, right now, this is what my truck generates, and this is what, but openly on the channel here, I would never discuss how much money I make. And nor does it need to be, nor does it need to be. If we want to talk about what an average truck makes over a year, like for example, here, we'll do this. Last year, I ran the open highway last year. Actually, no, because the ice roads were on that. So you can't even give you because I was on the ice roads for 3 months last year. So I can't even give you an honest answer on that. But let's just say, a good year for us, the truck is generating, 280 to 320, right in there, depending on how hard I want to work and how much time I want to take off and how many vacations I want to take and blah, 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 blah. 280 to 320 is what the truck can generate, and that's without killing yourself. But I will say this, Ryan, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts me. This is just the type of man I am. It hurts me to know that other people are out there making my money. That's my fucking scratch out there. and somebody else's. That's like Ryan, like you. Okay, you own a car wash. Something happens, and for any reason, your car wash, something happens catastrophic, and you have to shut down for 3 days. And Jose's car wash on the other corner over there, all of a sudden, instead of washing 20 a day, he's washing 40 a day because those other 20 that were yours are now over there, right? You're sitting over in your car wash in your underwear with your fucking hose in your hand, and you're pissed because you're watching Jose take your money, right? So you know what I'm talking about. I know you don't load count good enough. No. Shows that there's 200 plus people in here. Do me a favor. Give that like button a smack. Just poke it, tickle it, lick it, smack it, crush it. I don't give a fuck what you do with it. Just take a swing at it. I'd appreciate it. One day, one day I'd like to catch Ernie. That guy gets 100 likes almost every single day he's live. I'm averaging anywhere between 35 and 50, but yet I get more views than he does. So I got more people running through my chat, but somehow or another, he's always ending up with more likes. And I'll be honest with you, I'd rather have his numbers for views and have higher likes. So do me a favor, just once, just for one day. Let me beat Ernie with the likes. So I'm the same with the car wash. There you go. Exactly, Ryan. Right? You watching Jose across the street there. That's your fucking money walking through his door. Right? You're not working. So that money's got to go somewhere. And you know Jose is going to get it, but it doesn't mean you got to like it, right? Doesn't mean you got to like it. Dude, let me tell you, I fucking hate it. I hate it. Part of the reason I'm going live today is to keep my mind off the fact that I'm losing X amount of thousands of dollars a day fucking sitting here. Right? It's costing me X amount of thousands of dollars a day to sit here and talk to you guys. My God, you could at least hit the like button. How's that? How's that, eh? Was that some pretty good cheesy? That's some pretty good cheesiness there. Jose's going to get the S brush up his ass. Well, you know, I'm the same way. You know what? If they keep this shit up, they're going to get my pry bar up their ass. Like, let's go. Let's go. I was so bad. I was so bad at 8:05 this morning when the general manager of the terminal came in. I was already on the phone to him going, okay, I need you to go down to the shop and I need you to tell them because I've already had words with the shop manager and everything like that. But the fact is I had a pretty good argument with him about a week ago, and I think he's pissed with me. So he's liable to leave my truck sitting there and not do it for a day or so just to piss me off. So I actually called the shop manager going, hey, I need you to do me a favor and just go downstairs and tell him we need this truck running, blah, 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 and put some pressure on him. And that's how far I'm willing to go. I'm willing to manipulate other people. I'm willing to manipulate other people to get my job done, right? For me to get my truck running. What can you do, right? You can only do what you can do. You can only push so hard. You can only push so far. And then it's like we were talking about earlier, right? It's out of your control. If it's out of your control, there's nothing you can do. There's no use jumping around, screaming, squawking, pissing, moaning, or yelling. There's no, all it's going to do is raise my blood pressure and you know, let the fucking committee of idiots inside my head start winding up. You know what? And that's not worth it to me, because then somebody's feelings are going to get hurt because I'm going to say something that I can't take back. So I don't. So you know what? But I am the type of businessman that, well, when it comes to business, if it's not going to hurt anybody else, I'll get somebody else involved. I'll drag somebody else into my arena and go, here, you know, I'm fighting the battle, but I need a backup here. Get in there with your two gloves and take a couple swings at this. Smoking is bad for you. Is that Faduma? Sorry, if I mispronounced your name, man. Sorry about that, Faduma. Smoking is bad for you. I don't endorse it. I don't recommend it. I don't expect anybody to do that. But listen, like, you know what? I've said this before. Like, I'm a recovered drug addict. I'm a recovered alcoholic. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do coke. I don't have any expensive bad habits, or any hobbies, any expensive hobbies. I don't have a lot of shit. And I can guarantee you right now, at 54 years old, there's a list as long as my fucking arm of other things that are going to kill me before this cigar will. So, you know what? You got to throw me a bone, Faduma. Just throw me a bone. There's a lot of like exactly Buck says. There's things worse than there's things in life that are worse than smoking. I'm sure I'm gonna be probably taken out by some fucking variant of some weird Turkish fucking variant of COVID that's gonna come over here and kick me in the ass, and that'll be the end of me, right? Well, Ryan, it's not that it got so bad. Now it's to the point where I could run with the league, right? But now you're first of all, now it's dripping fuel, right? So now I'm dripping fuel out of the tank and leaving it on the highway and all along the underside of my truck. Well, that's money. Well, I'm not nowhere in here to say charity. I'm not giving money away, right? So we don't do that. We don't do that. We can do that for a little bit of a time, but then eventually you got to take care of your maintenance, right? Maintenance. As well as I do, right? As well as I do, Ryan. If you don't maintain your equipment in your car wash, what happens? It breaks down, it faults, whatever. So it starts out with a little hole, then it gets to a crack. Once it gets to the crack and we're dripping fuel out, then you know what? Hey, it's time to get it fixed. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to be somewhere else, or I'm going to be somewhere in New York, or I'm going to be somewhere else, and it's going to let go, and then I'm on the hook, right? Right? They're towing my truck in, so you know what? Let's get it taken care of. Yes, it hurts financially. Yes, you're going to lose the money that you generate, and you're going to, obviously you're going to have to pay a repair bill. But brother, we're not out here, we expect this shit. I've said it 100 times. It's a price you pay for doing business, right? If you're going to do business, you got to remember it's a truck. It's a machine. They break. Nothing lasts forever, right? Nothing lasts forever. Eventually shit starts to break down. They wear out. Fuel tanks do wear out, right? They do put the rubber band around it and then put the strap around it, but eventually that rubber will wear out, especially with the amount of vibrating that these trucks do. What can you do, right? There's nothing you can do about it. Eventually something happens and you got to fix it. So you eat it. Hopefully, you've had a couple of good months and you've got a little scratch in the bank and you can afford to sit back and blabber to you guys for a couple of hours and while your truck's getting fixed. Doesn't mean you got to like it. Like me, I don't like it, but on a financial end, is it going to hurt me? No. In the long run, is it going to save me money? Yeah. So let's get it done, right? Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Take care of. Actually, some logic with the cargo ship owners. Sitting at the dock costs 10 grand for each day of them. Usually people can't calculate it for the smaller carriers, but it all comes at the same. Less zeros. Exactly. Ryan, like smoking next to a gas can. Or, there's always that guy that's standing there. And I saw this, the other day, where Dar and I were in the car. So it would have been probably last weekend or whatever. I'm standing there filling her car up with gas, and there's a guy on a motorcycle standing like the next lane over. But he's on this side of the pump. So his bike is parked next to Darth, like next to the car. And he's standing there like this with a lit smoke in his mouth, putting fuel in his gas tank. And I'm looking at this going, okay, like I'm looking at my number going, okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. It's like, don't let that ash drop, man. Don't let that ash drop. Why not? It's replacing the oil to the ground. Think of the future generations. Yeah. So I'm going to spend a couple of $100 a week to help the future generations in their highway, right? Forever does in fact last forever. My God, Buck. If I didn't know better, I think you were. I know you're not, but I thought I'd be thinking you're sitting there with one of these books open with a million of these life sayings and cliches. You're absolutely fucking killing it today, brother. Absolutely killing it. Oh. All I can say, man, Excuse me. You're a wonderful audience. All I can say is I'm looking forward to this move. And now we're getting to the point where we just want it to happen. You know, it's like before it was like, okay, we're gonna move. This is what we're doing. We're going to Alberta. We have to do this in the house. But now stuff is actually happening. And now it's like we just want to get there. Like, well, I just want to get, that last 100 miles, you got a 1,500-mile trip. Buck, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? You got a 1,500-mile trip and you're in the last 100. You're watching 100 miles and you're in triple digits, or you start your trip and you're in 4-digit numbers, 1,500, 1,500. Then you get down to triple digit numbers, right? 999. Then you get down to like, once you hit that 90, when you go from 100 to 99, you're like, oh, this last 99 miles, man, is going to last you all day long. It's like, I just want to, that's where I am right now, guys. Dara and I are we've gone from the 4 digits to the triple digits. It just rolled into the 99. It's like, we're in the last 100 miles. We just want to get it done, just want to get it done. No, I don't believe that stuff. People smoking inside gas station and nothing happens. Dude, I'm not going to say I've seen a gas station explode. I haven't. But I have seen the result of somebody standing there and lighting, with a nozzle of gas, and they've got it in and they've got a lit smoke, and the smoke went out. So they lit it again and the fumes caught, and they had themselves a nice little fire going. Luckily somebody else was on the ball and they were able to get it out before shit exploded. But although I've never seen a gas station explode, that'd be kind of cool. Everybody's got a different idea on what they think is cool. Hold on a second here. I'm just going to turn this off. No, actually, no. We'll just turn it down. I got the fire table going, not because I need the heat. It's certainly warm enough, but every once in a while a mosquito will work its way in here. I got absolutely devastated yesterday. I was sitting on the John Deere lawn tractor mowing the lawn, and I came in the whore. Come on now, Bri. Did I really just say that? I came in the whore. I came in the house, and look, I won't show up on the camera, but I mean, like, I've got black fly bites. They're worse than mosquitoes. Like, black flies are absolutely the worst up here. So black fly, this arm here, I got 3 on this arm and 2 on this arm. And somehow, I don't know how the sneaky little bastard did it. I got 1 on my heel, on my right foot. It is the absolute fucking worst. So I've got the fire table going, just thinking that maybe it'll keep the mosquitoes or anything off me. But so far, I haven't seen nothing. Right. He's just catching up on his inspirational calendar. Oh, okay. That's what he's doing. That's it. Hey, it's a lot of time behind the wheel. Duh. Did you just call me stupid? Buck? Did you just... Whenever somebody goes, hey, listen here, it's common sense. Duh. It's like going, it's common sense, dummy. I don't know, Buck. I got a feeling you just called me fucking stupid. You were trying to slip one by. I don't know. A lot of time to think behind the wheel. I hear you. For me, it's always the first and the last mile. That's the longest. Yeah. When you're taking off and you got 1,500 miles as you're pulling out the gate, it's like, really? And then that last stretch, it's like, oh, come on. Like, you just can't get there fast enough. Dude, I know. I believe me, I know. Been there. Literally. Oh, damn, that's good. Oh, I was just kidding for sure. We saw a gas station explosion here in my city at a different town back in the time. It's pretty low possibility for sure, but happened. Man, it's not the gas that ignites. You don't have to light the gas. It's the goddamn fumes. Diesel doesn't have that, right? In order to light diesel, you have to put flame to the liquid to get diesel burning. And you got to hold it there for a minute. Like you can take a lit match and drop it on diesel and it won't light. You got to hold it there and warm it up. But gasoline, it's the fumes, the vapor that ignites. I'm back. I was gone for a few minutes. Well, you know what? That's how I like it. You know, I like to see that, Camille. You're paying attention. When you come back, put it all in caps, baby. Let us know you're back. It's like kicking in the front door. I'm back. Well, I'm glad you're back, brother. My first and last mile washboard dirt road is a washboard dirt road. Dude, I hear you. Circles for the random viewers. Can't kill. Hey, good to see you, Tank. Moving to Alberta. Yes, we are. You're a smart man. Yes, I am. The heartbeat of Canada attracts all the good people. You know what, Tank? I lived in Alberta when I was a younger man, before I met Darth. And I ended up having to come back home here for other reasons. And I ended up staying. Now, thank God I did, because obviously I met my wife. But we are going back. And Tank, it's for multiple reasons. You know, first and foremost is at this point in my life, you know, my trucking career is no longer like going up. You know, I've leveled out and it's time to start winding this shit up, you know, start winding down. And for me to be in Alberta and retire in Alberta, I can do much better for myself with the way we're set up than I could here in Ontario. Not just that, Tank. I like the people of Alberta. They're much more laid back. The province over the people in Alberta are not in such a hurry to get everything done. There's not so much hustle and bustle. The give a fuck factor is a lot lower. You know what I'm saying? People are friendlier, and you know, and that's part of it. But for us, it's a financial move. You know, I can sell my home here. And, you know, let's just use round numbers. I'm not telling you what my house is worth, but let's just say, for example, I have a 5-bedroom bungalow sitting on an acre of land here. Let's just say we sell it for $800,000. Now I can sell a house here for $800,000, but I can go to Alberta and buy the exact same house for like $4.25, $450. I know, because Darth was just out there, and I know where we are doing. We're at the stage now. We are hunting. We actively have an agent out there working with us, and we have all of that. So the cost of real estate compared to what we have here is much better. Taxes are better in the province, right? Here we're at 13%. I think Alberta is what, 8%. And we have family out there. You know, my brother and his family are out there. Dar's brother and sister-in-law and her niece are out there. And that's another reason, you know, and I just want to go. I love Alberta. I want to be there. But now I'm at the point now that I just want to get there, you know. Okay, the house is almost finished being staged here. The agent's coming in, the pictures are being done. Let's get this all done, and let's just throw this shit out on a truck and let's get the hell out of here, right? Yeah, it's the fumes, Tolga. Gasoline, it's the fumes, the vapor, the gasoline vapor, right? That's why, like, for example, I could have like, I've got a couple of gas cans over here. One of them's empty and one of them's about 3/4 full. But if, let's say, for example, I took the cap off one of them and just let it sit here for a day and kept all the garage door closed and everything closed, nothing in here, and then came out here and lit a match, this place would go up like a fucking bomb, go off like a bomb, right? It would go off like a bomb. So that's the fumes. But the other thing, I don't know if Tank's still here, but the other reason we're going out there is because, you know, I have some other business ideas and what direction I want to take my business, and it would be a whole lot easier and financially feasible, and I can do better financially doing it in Alberta than I can do it here. But again, that also falls into, taxes and certain money and shit like that. I think, Tank, you're from Alberta, so you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Mm. I just want to get, like I said, I just want to get there. That's my impatience level is now getting to the point where, like, for example, this morning I was doing some shit around the house. Like I said, Dar left her little honeydew list, and I got no problem with it. Shit that's got to be done. Okay, let's get this done, this done, this done. But while I'm doing it, I actually get a little snappy. It's like, so Dar will say, da, 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 and I'm like, yeah. I'm working on it. And it's like, leave me alone. I'm fine. Leave me alone. I want to get this done. Right. Because I'm very much the type of man that I prioritize everything. Right. So I start a job. If I've got 10, let's say 5 things to do, right? I will start the first thing on my list, and then I will finish it to the best of my ability and complete it. Then move on to the second thing, finish it and complete it, and then move on to the third thing. Whereas other people in the house, they have the ability to they don't do that. So they have 5 things to do. They'll start one, and then something will happen, and then they get distracted or whatever. Then they start the second thing, and it doesn't get finished. Then the third thing. So then at the end of the day, they got 5 things they've started, but nothing completed. I'd rather complete 3 out of 5 and get 3 done than have 5 not completed. And that's just the way I am. So unfortunately, I'm a bit of a dickhead that when I'm doing this, when I'm doing what I need to get done, or if I'm working around the house, whatever the fuck I'm doing, leave me alone, let me do it. Because if you interrupt me, it kind of sidetracks me, and I don't want to stop. I don't want to lose focus on what I'm doing. And unfortunately, sometimes I get a little, dickheadish. What do you want to call it? Whatever you want to call it, right? I get a little dickheadish. Like, none of you have ever been a fucking dickhead from time to time. Everybody's been a dickhead from time to time. Even you, Tolga. Guarantee you. 5% just GST, no extra sales tax in Alberta. Good for you guys. Well, Tank, you know what? You're out there, buddy. I'd love to hook up with you someday. I plan to. Well, I'm not giving away any of my future plans, but I will be spending. Let me just put it this way: if things go the way we've got it set up, I'll be doing a lot more, spending a lot more time interprovincial in Alberta than I will. I will still be running the US, certain other things and aspects and everything like that, but I'll be spending a lot more time closer to home. That's another benefit to what I'm doing. Instead of being gone for weeks in a pop like you are and like I am now, it'd be nice to, maybe get by the house 2 or 3 times a week. Nothing wrong with that. I don't mind working as long as I'm making the money. But if I can get into the house for a night, see the old lady, see the kids, whatever, then I'm good with that. The bonus to this is, originally we were just going to have one of the daughters and her boyfriend come out and move out with us. And we were thrilled because, in my honest opinion, the younger generation, like my kids' generation, they're screwed if they stay in Ontario. They'll never be able to afford a home. They'll never be able to afford retirement. They'll never, at least if they go to Alberta, they got a fighting chance. But now Brianna and her boyfriend Justin have, they're committed and they're on board and they're already making plans and packing and doing all the shit. But now my daughter Madison and her wife have jumped on board and said, you know what? At first they were going to stay here, and then I think they got a little sense, a little taste of reality. They said, no, we're going to stay here. So when's the move date? Okay, so we have to start looking for an apartment. And so they started looking for apartments and this and that, and they're looking at this going, holy fuck, who the hell can afford to live here? When a 1-bedroom apartment is going to run you almost $2,000 a month, God damn it, go get a mortgage. Pay, at least pay for something that's yours instead of paying off somebody else's mortgage, right? And then you're paying $1,800 to $2,000 for rent, and then you've got your car insurance, your home insurance, you've got your food, your cell, all that kind of shit. It's very hard here. And I was very, 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 very happy when Madison and Rye came to us and said, like, hey, can we come? Like, and it's funny, like, they didn't even have to ask. The offer was open to all of our children, right? All 6 kids. Well, one of them's already out there. She lives in Jasper. So we don't have to worry about her and her boyfriend, or her and her husband and the baby. But all of our kids, the offer went out to. This is what mom and dad are doing. You guys are welcome to come along. We're eating the bill on the move. So, if you're coming, know that we're eating the bill on it. So it's not, we're going to save you that much. We're going to save you that much anyway. Come on out. So now 2 of my daughters and their respective spouses, they're coming out as well. So, well, 2-4, it's easier to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. I'm a true believer in that. I've used it a few times in my life. Dar's come home from work and there's been a new hot rod sitting in the driveway, a new car sitting in the driveway. And, it's just easier to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. Most of the times, I will run it past Dar, especially on a big ticket item. But the odd time, 2-4, what it's like. It's too good. You've got like, okay, this is for sale, and if I don't buy it right now, before I can get to the bank and back, someone else is going to grab this. So it's, what do you do, right? You got to sometimes you just got to make that call. It's not always easy. It's not always right, but sometimes you got to make that call. I've been a victim of it myself, you want to call it, right? And for the most part, I'm lucky. I've got a pretty good woman, and you know what? She'll roll her eyes, she'll stomp her feet, she'll march into the fucking house, and I'll get in the house, and then she'll be mad. But you beg for forgiveness. It usually works out. And in my case, right deal, wrong time, but exactly, brother. I hear you. I understand you. I've been there. Yeah. You know what? She can't stay mad at me forever. Eventually, she's going to look at this and go, oh, okay, I still love him. What can you do? And it works out. But usually what'll happen is somewhere along the line, she'll sneak in another fucking cat, or, I know 2-4, and you're probably in the same boat. So is any of us, probably Tank, probably all of us that have wives at home. At some point or another, you know what? I'm going to come home and there'll be something, something new. There'll be something. Wait a minute. That wasn't there when I left. One of those type deals. It's tit for tat. I show up with a new car or a new motorcycle or a new whatever. At some point or another, I'm going to walk in the door and it's like, and you really can't open your mouth. What are you going to say? No, come on now, right? She's going to look at you and go, oh yeah, how you enjoying that? That 550 horsepower super. Well, the funny thing is, like I did it with the Pontiac. Didn't even give her any notice. Just showed up with it. Within 2 weeks, she was driving it and loved it. Right. And then about 3 months after that, she's on the fucking highway breaking speed records with it. So come on. You know what? You can get me mad at me now, but just go drive it, honey. Just go drive it. Tell me what you think. Take it for a little spin up the road. Tell me what you think. I always do it this way. Yeah, well, you know what? We all do. Bought my first dump truck without telling her. Well, you know what? I've never bought a truck without telling her. Right? I've owned nine trucks as an owner operator. I've owned 9. And it's always been a group between her and I. It's always something like that. It's always been a group deal for us, and for that kind of shit, because it's business, and she's rightfully involved in the business. So with that, I have to do it. I couldn't, like, she's at work right now. I couldn't sneak off and go buy a truck and bring it home. That'd be the fucking end of me, right? But a car or a motorcycle, like, she knows that, there's a car in my future, right? That's why I sold my car. Like I had an Acura MDX, an SUV, and I sold that. We're down to one car. So she knows that there's a Hellcat in my future. She knows it's coming. It's just a matter of time, when the right time, and da 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 da. And she also knows that at some point in the future, there's a bike. Do I think I need to go buy it and not tell her I'm going to buy it? Yeah, probably not. I should probably give her a heads up on that. But much like yourself, if some guy rolled up right now into my driveway and says, "Here, I got this 2017 Suzuki Boulevard 1800M, and I'll let you have it for $3,000 under market," I'd probably have to buy it and weather Dar's wrath down the road, which would be this afternoon. Believe me, I got a lot of ass. So when she takes a chunk out of it, I got a big ass. I got a lot of ass. It could be now if he wasn't smoking so many cigars. She was mad till she seen the pay come in. Well, yeah, exactly, right. I don't have to do that. Dar knows what kind of money our truck generates. So, but yeah, see, she goes, it could be now if he wasn't smoking so many cigars. He's getting a haircut and a bike. I still have to decide what I'm getting that's equivalent to all of that. A Hellcat, okay. Tolga, there's your fucking wrench is gone. Tolga's fucking done. Tolga's out of here. Tolga's history. I didn't time him out, but geez. Chickens. You know what? I'll be honest with you. We get to the new house. We get to the new house and we get settled and everything's settled down and everything's good. If we've got the type of property where they can put chickens, fuck it. Yeah, I'll swap a Hellcat for chickens all day long. To me, that's a fair trade. We've already discussed, like I already know that, our dogs are getting a little older, right? So as the dogs kind of pass on, I already know that, there's more cats coming, right? I really enjoy these Devon Rex cats that she's got, and she's got 3 of them, and they're not cheap, right? So I got no problem. I know that as the dogs pass on, she's going to replace the dogs with the cats. So you know what? If I have to substitute, excuse me, if I have to substitute, a Hellcat for chickens, fair trade. If I got to substitute, a Suzuki Boulevard for a couple more Devon Rex cats, although 2 Devon Rex cats is probably half the price of a bike. It really is. Yeah, Tolga's in trouble again, Camille. He's in trouble. Yeah, Chrissy, he's in shit. Time how long before Dar gives him back his wrench? Too poor. I had fried chicken for Dar. There you go. See, Ryan's thinking of you, babe. All these guys are, I'll be honest with you, with the chicken controversies going on these days, all these guys got your back. I think they want you to have chickens worse than you do, right? Ryan's on board. Tolga's on board. Camille probably wants you to have chickens. He just ain't saying shit. So, yeah. I know Dewana for sure wants you to have chickens, but Dewana wants you to have horses. We got to go down to Tennessee and see Dewana so you can hang out with the chickens and the horses, babe. Yeah, Dewana has horses. Tolga, she's got horses. I should have the bike by the weekend. I will send you pics, right? Absolutely. Sorry, what did you say? A 2012 Street Glide? Nice. I would ride that. I'd have no trouble whatsoever being on that. A buddy of mine, Johnny Cash, one of the Frenchmen that I work with, he rides. And he's got a 2024. It's brand new. No, sorry, it's a 23 he got in 24. So it was, but he got it brand new. And it's fucking gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful bike. Although, you know, brand new, the thing listed out, it's fucking 70 grand. Now that's Canadian. So you're probably somewhere around 55, you know, thousand American, but I'm not paying $55,000 for a motorcycle. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You know, if it gives me a reach around just as I'm driving, I'm not doing that. So, that's not happening. I can't afford that. For a bike, for something that you're going to put away. Well, on the other hand, you know, the car will get put away for the winter as well, right? You're not driving that car in the winter as well. So, we'll have to wait and see. Because there will be, with what we're doing with our business, there will be. Look at that. She gave him back his fucking wrench. Tolga, you are so loved. You are so loved. It's not funny. Tolga, how's ground level? I know you live on the high ground. I felt so alien. It's so gray in here. You got it. I mean, you got it. You got it. Attaboy. Yeah. What'd that take you for? What? 5 minutes? He had his wrench back in 5. I got overruled. Not only can Tolga pretty much overrule me, but so does Dar, right? I got no control. I got no control over what goes on in here. I really don't. Yeah, Tolga's back. He's large and in charge. There you go, eh? Tolga knows I'm just fucking with him, right? He knows I can't do this without him. Like when Dar's not here doing it and holding down the fort, you know, I rely on Tolga to hold the shit together for me, because technologically I'm just a mouth. I sit here and I look at the screen here as the comments are coming up. I look down here to check out something else, and I talk to you guys. So Tolga's the boss. Dar's the boss lady, but Tolga's the man. So I'm gonna get burnt today. I forgot to bring sunscreen with me. Son of a bitch. How much longer till you're home? Tolga is good, peeps. Chrissy, Tolga's the bomb. And if you ever noticed, Chrissy, like I call him the ambassador. He's YouTube's ambassador, because he goes from my channel and then he goes over to Ernie's, and he's loved and respected on Ernie's channel. And then he's on Shannon's channel, and everybody loves him there. And he goes to Sterling, and then he goes, it doesn't matter whose channel Tolga goes on. People just love him. Right? People just love him. He's always respectful. He's always kind. He's very supportive of everything that we do, all of us creators. So I just call him the ambassador. He is. He's YouTube's ambassador. He can go into any genre of YouTube and hold his own. And you know, we love that. I'm out here for another 3.5 hours. I don't think I even brought enough water with me either. Damn, girl. Stop somewhere. Just stop somewhere and buy a couple bottles of water. I hate to say that, because the price of water, like a couple of bottles of water, probably costs you almost as much as half a tank of gas. But you know what? Don't go without it. Or if you're anywhere near town or a Shoppers, just stop and grab yourself a bottle of suntan lotion. Right? All I'm doing is trying to ease off the crankiness, because if she comes home sunburnt and dehydrated, oh dude, she's not going to be a happy camper, right? She's not going to be a happy camper. No ice cream truck. Ice cream truck. Oh, did you say somebody say ice cream? That's what Dara and I are doing today. Ice cream is my kryptonite. Right? It used to be Doritos, but now I'm off the Doritos. Now it's ice cream, right? So the other day I said to Darth, I said, I'm wandering around the house like a little fucking 5-year-old, right? Do we have any ice cream? I'm craving ice cream. She goes, no, we got no ice cream. So then it's like, do I want to drive into town just to buy like a tub of ice cream? And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spend $10 in gas to go buy ice cream. So then we were supposed to go last night, but we were just, both of us were just like too done, too lazy, no, we're not going to. But today's ice cream day. Chrissy, don't kid yourself for a minute, man. We're buying a great big fucking tub of ice cream and a great big bottle of butterscotch squeezable fucking that Hershey's butter. The shit that's so bad for you, that's got so many chemicals in it that it's going to kill you by the time you're done. You would have went, eh? Well, you are a diehard. You're more diehard than I am. But don't, like I said, don't kid yourself. Today is going to be ice cream day. You know, today's going to be ice cream day. I'm buying the ice cream. And actually, we have to buy two because Dar and I both like Haagen-Dazs, but we like different blends. So we each buy the small tub of each of Haagen-Dazs. But then I need a tub. There's just the cheapest fucking tub of vanilla ice cream I can buy, and a big bottle of that Hershey's caramel sauce. Oh, butterscotch, yeah, butterscotch. And you can put that shit on, and it's better than Frank's Red Hot, man, because you can put that butterscotch on anything. Love it. When he's not here, I don't even eat. Yeah, and then she gives me shit, right? I'll come in off the road and I'll want like Doritos and potato chips and hell of a good dip, and I want like fucking ice cream and butterscotch sauce, and she doesn't eat any of that during the week while I'm gone. But then I come home and I'm the bad influence on her, right? I'm the bad influence on her because I want all this shit. And then she goes, then she gives me shit because she eats it. And it's like, well, you don't have to eat it. I'll go buy it and I'll eat it. You don't have to eat it. Well, then she's like, well, I'm not going to sit there and watch you eat a fucking tub of ice cream, you know? You serious?
I'm always serious.
Shut up. Siri just jumped on.
Okay.
This corner of my screen just popped up with thing because I said the word serious, and dummy here, because I'm on a Mac, right? So dummy here thinks that I'm asking for, you know who. I'm not going to say her name again, otherwise she'll start asking me more questions. Ryan, well, Dark, is there any way you can call this guy back? Right? I don't want to do anything else to that sink. We had a sink backup. Right, we had a sink backup yesterday, so we had to call a plumber in today because it had to be snaked, unfortunately. So it looks like he went and snaked it, and it was all working fine this morning. Dar we got everything working, but as you can see, Dar just made comment that. Hold on a second. Let's just see if we can get rid of this fucking thing up here. It's driving me crazy. There we go. Damn, Tolga got the wrench back in the amount of time it took me to buy a beer. Yeah, pretty fast, eh? Might have to get off here and go deal with that soon. Well, just, Dar, I don't know the guy's phone number. I don't know who the guy was. You set that up. So just call him and tell him to come back. He's in the area, for Christ's sake, you know? Yeah, well, Ryan's, hold on. Ryan's into the beer already? Well, what time is it? Well, it's 12:30 here, 12:35 here. So Ryan's you're 2 hours behind. So it's 10. Oh, you're good. Ryan's good. He can start drinking. Raspberry ice cream is the best for me since my childhood. No, I like might have to, I like Haagen-Dazs. I like the caramel explosion. the Haagen-Dazs caramel explosion. My God, that is so good. That's like an it's like an orgasm for your mouth. That really is. It's so damn good. So I like that. And then I like the plain vanilla, the cheap shit. Doesn't even have to be good vanilla ice cream, just plain vanilla ice cream with butterscotch sauce, the Hershey's butterscotch caramel sauce. Oh, wow. I told her to boil some water and try sticking it down there. I don't know if that's going to help. If that doesn't help, I don't know. We're going to have to call that guy. There's nothing I can do about it, right? There's nothing we can do about it here. What I know about plumbing, everything I know about plumbing, you can write on a postage stamp, for Christ's sake, right? So I really hope we can get this guy back. Yeah, exactly, Tolga. I'm not saying that word because she'll pop back up again. Better than Alexa. No, we've got Alexa in the house. Alexa seems to know her place. Although I don't agree with Alexa, but the kids have Alexa and Dar's got Alexa, and there's Alexa here, Alexa there. There's a fucking Alexa. But because I don't like the fact that, Alexa and the powers to be, that thing's always listening to you. Same as who here on the iPhones. She's always listening. Doesn't matter. You take your phone and go put it on the counter over there, and it's listening to everything that's going on in your house, and all that information is going somewhere. I don't have a clue where it's going, but it's going. It's 11:30, but this rain is creating a drinking problem. Well, dude, you know what? It's not my fault. Texas ain't known for a whole lot of rain, but for some reason you seem to be getting a whole lot of it. Maybe you haven't been doing enough drinking and the world's telling you, maybe the world's saying, Ryan, hey, you're dropping the ball and you're drinking. You need to, step it up. I am serious, and stop calling me Shirley. That's actually funny as shit. That's actually funny as shit. I'm saying better than Alexa because she thinks I'm British and can't get my accent. Samsung uses fuck of Bixby. No one likes you. You know what? I couldn't tell you what Samsung uses. I don't own one. I've never had one. I've never owned a Samsung. Okay, now I got to turn this off because now I'm getting freaking sunburnt from this thing. You look at the side of my face. Look at this. That's from the heat table, or from the fire table here. I'm an Apple guy. We're an Apple house. The whole house is integrated with Apple. There's 3 MacBooks floating around the house, and everybody's got an iPhone. So I'm not about to switch over to Samsung. Although, like I said earlier, we were fucking around at the Rogers store, and I was looking at the new Samsung Galaxy, whatever, 1 million or whatever the hell it is, and the camera and video on that phone. Whoa, baby! You got to be careful what you're pointing that thing at. You don't set that up in the corner of the bedroom and start hitting press record. You'll see things you don't want to see. It's like the very first time you watch porn on a high def, 70 or 80 inch TV. No amount of makeup can cover certain things. So they use Bixby. Now he bucks. What? Samsung's version of Siri is Bixby. You know how stupid you'd look? Oh, I feel stupid at you saying Siri, but could you imagine how see, it just went off again. You know how stupid you'd look saying Bixby? You hand me an iPhone, I can't even make it. Well, I'm like that with a Galaxy, right? Because I've had iPhones, Ryan, since day one, since iPhone first came out. And I've had, maybe not everyone, because I probably missed, they bring one out every 2 years and maybe one phone lasted 3. So you go from iPhone 1, I probably went 1 to 3 to 4 to 7 to 6, whatever. But right now I've got a 13. They got an iPhone 15 out, right? So right now I've got a 13 Pro and it does just fine. But that new Samsung, now again, I didn't look at the new Apple iPhone. What is it? The 15. 15 Plus Pro. I didn't look at that. It's probably got a phenomenal camera on it. It's better than what I've got here, but you know what? I'm not about to go out and spend the money because I buy these phones, right? I don't work them into the plan. So you're on a 2-year plan, and when you're done, you own the phone or all that kind of shit, or you got to pay out X amount for the phone and all that. I don't do that. I just buy the phone. That way, at any moment, if I get sick and tired of dealing with Rogers, I can just cancel my plan. There's no buyout. There's no bullshit. There's nothing. I just cancel the fucking plan, take my phone, go over to Bell or go over to Sprint or wherever I'm going and say, okay, I need an account. I need it now. Here's the number I want, and do that. You got the new, it's called the Galaxy 24 Ultra. That's probably the one I was looking at. It was pretty damn cool. It was a pretty damn cool phone. But the operating system, I'll be honest with you, I'm too lazy. I was going to say, I'm too old or I don't, no, I'll be honest with you, Ryan, I'm just too fucking lazy. I don't want to learn a new operating system. I like Apple because I can take this 13 and then I can go from this 13, I can upgrade to a 15 Plus Pro and I know how to use it already. A couple little things might have changed, might differ, but I know how to use it. So I'm going to stick with that. The AI is nice on it. Can live translate phone calls. Great here for Texas and Spanish-speaking customers so they can cuss me in English. That's always good to be able to do. I always enjoy if someone's going to cuss at me, I like to know what they're saying to me. It's just so I can learn new words as well. I want to learn how to swear just like everybody else. Jumping back in a few. I'm on lunch. Glad to see you still chatting. What's for lunch, Duana? What's for lunch? Although I can't believe you went for dinner the other night, right? Because you were live while you did it. You went through that drive-through. What was it? 10 pieces of fish and the salad and all this shit. And the bill, I won't say what the bill was, but I was like, are you out of your cotton picking, chicken plicking mind? No, it wasn't. You were buying fish. I don't think it was chicken nuggets. Oh, you're eating 20-piece chicken nuggets now. Okay, that's what you're eating for lunch now. Okay. I was wondering, but yeah, I saw you the other day while you were live and you went through and I saw what you paid for that. I'm like, are you out? No way. No, I'll go catch the goddamn fish myself before I'd pay that much for mind you were feeding your entire family. So how many people is that? 6 or something? I think you said 6 or 7. But still, man, you're dedicated. That's a lot of food, man. Mind you, there. Yeah, family dinner pack and an extra 10-piece of fish from Captain D's. Yeah, that's where you were. That was crazy. That's a lot of cha-ching for dinner. But like I said, Dar and I go to like A&W and like 2 burgers, she gets the sweet potato fries, I get a poutine and 1 drink, and that's $30. So what you paid is probably reasonable for that compared to what we pay. You go to McDonald's, back in the day, you used to take, we used to pile all the kids into the car or into the van and take them to McDonald's for breakfast or take them to McDonald's for lunch. And you could feed everybody for under $20. Nowadays, $20 won't feed me and Dar. So how do you complain, right? Although you guys heard my tirade the other day, I went off on McDonald's and A&W and Harvey's and Wendy's and all these fast food fucking joints, and I meant that. That was ridiculous. What their place is like. They really need to learn their place. They really need to learn their place. McDonald's is not a restaurant. It's not. Wendy's is not a restaurant. A&W is not a restaurant. It's a fucking drive-through place to get something fast. It was designed in place for fast, cheap. There might be some nutritional value to it, but that's what it's there for. That's what it's designed for. It's at the end of the day, it's designed for the single mother who's working 2 jobs, that got held up at her second job. She got home. She didn't have time to make dinner for the kids. Throw them in the car and you run them over to Mickey D's for a quick dinner. That's what they're there for. That's their place. Not this bullshit that we're doing today. Absolutely not. There's more to it, and I could go off on it, but I already did that, so I'm not going to go off on another tirade and do it again. But for the love of Christ, right? McDonald's, all these places, and it pains me. Like on usually on Thursday nights, on one of the nights where I do 3 rounders, I don't make it back to the yard, so I end up at the truck stop, and there's a McDonald's in there, and I go in there, and just for myself, the bill comes to $16.65. It's the same thing I order every time. Now that's American. So then I go look at my bank account and it comes out to 22 fucking dollars Canadian, right? $22 for what I eat to feed just me. And like, believe me, I'm not a gluttonous pig or anything. You know, I order a double quarter pounder. I order a cheeseburger. I order a large fries and I order a drink. 22 fucking dollars Canadian. So 16.65 American. Subway and Sonic are still the only 2 that are affordable. Now, Subway is good. The only problem, Ryan, I got with Subway is it's so much bread. And dude, I'm finding as I get older, I can't eat a lot of bread, right? My body, if I enjoy Subways, right? I enjoy Subway subs. But I eat a sub, even if it's just a 6-inch, I usually eat a foot long. But if it's just the amount of bread that goes into you, within 30 minutes of eating a Subway sub, I'm bloated. The bread just absolutely bloats me, and to the point where I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, it was a good sandwich. Yeah, it filled me up. But when I can't bend over to fucking take my boots off because I'm bloated, it's like, how much are you willing to? For me, I have to ask myself, am I willing to pay the price? I know what's going to happen, so I know I'm going to get bloated and da da da. So am I willing to do it? Most of the time these days, no, I'm not. And Sonic, although I do really like Sonic, for me to get access, because they're not in any of the truck stops, and for me to get into a Sonic, I usually have to park somewhere and walk off if I can see a Sonic across the street from the truck stop, yeah, I'll park for the night and then walk over, but I'm not that lucky, right? I'm usually not that lucky. A foot-long Subway sandwich meal cost me $16. Yeah, so for me, that's a $22. That's a $22 meal. Once I look in my bank and they convert it to Canadian, that's a $22 meal. Now, it's better than eating McDonald's, though. It is healthier. I think my mouth just took a fucking left at Albuquerque here. It is healthier, and you do get more value out of it than you would, say, like a McDonald's meal or an A&W meal or a Wendy's meal. But I don't know. I know the Subway's turkey founder, and their goal was affordable, healthy sandwiches when they started to set up the chain here. Such a legend, though. You know what? Subway is now the number 2 biggest restaurant chain in the world, next to McDonald's. So they must be doing something right. Look at that. There's the birthday boy himself, eh? Happy birthday, Humberto. I'm not singing you a song. Let's not get crazy here. I'm not singing happy birthday to you, but Humberto's here. Hello, everyone. Hi, Brian. I will add your sticker on my truck today after my appointment at SAC. Okay. Hey, man, that's awesome. Appreciate it. Send us a picture of it. Love it. Fantastic. Happy birthday, Humberto. Happy birthday. Don't work too hard today. It is your birthday. Try to relax if you can. It could be, Ryan. It could be when you tack the drink on, because in most places the drinks are unlimited refill, right? So you buy a cheap foot long. Well, I buy the chicken bacon ranch, but I substitute the ranch dressing for Chipotle, right? So I buy the foot long chicken bacon ranch. So it's a premium sub, so it's a little bit more. But I will look at that the next time because I don't need the drink. I've got pop and I've got water in my truck, so I can usually take it back to my truck. I don't need that. I'll try that. See how it works out. You know what? See how it works out. He wasn't give a heck about other offers other than the criteria, despite most of businessmen. I really have a huge respect for him. Yeah. Well, it's nice when you see a guy that's actually coming in to set up his business. It's not there. His main goal is not to screw everybody, right? If I don't sing, you won't add the sticker. I ain't singing, bro. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't add the sticker, that sticker is going to give you 7 years of good luck, dude. I'm telling you, you need that sticker on your truck, brother. Everybody that has that wheel burner decal, and it's a decent sized decal. It's a nice. Everybody that's got one on their truck is doing well in business today. I can tell you right now, Sean's got one, Jer's got one, I got one, Aaron's got one, Humberto's gonna have one. I sent one down to James Best. I don't think he put it on his truck though. Although I have James Best decal on my truck. I don't know. Maybe I should take that off, eh? I don't know. I know you're just joking, buddy. I know you're just joking. So everybody's saying hi to Humberto. Humberto is the man of the minute here. I was going to say the man of the hour, but we're not going to be going for another hour here. So, but he's the man of the minute. Whoa, excuse me. Don't know where that one came from the South Pole. Let me tell you, that came from way down. We're just about done this bad boy, and when this one's done, we're gonna call this quits. I am gonna have to go in and take a look at the sink. I think Dar's already on it. I haven't seen her in the chat in a few minutes, so she's probably calling our resident plumber dude to come back and take another swing at this. Jesus, I tell you, what plumbers charge. So this week alone, we've had the septic done. I had them come in, and because whenever you sell your house, the first thing they always ask, when was the septic done last? So we had the septic company come in. So they drained all 3 tanks on the septic. So that got done. So we paid that bill, and then the plumber just came in and took care of this. So we got a bill for that. It's like, I missed my calling. You know, this guy came in and he was here for not even an hour, and he handed me a bill for 300 and change. That's not bad for an hour's work, guys. You know, minimal effort. Not like he was ripping shit apart and everything like that. He came in, assessed the situation, took a look, went down the basement, followed the pipes, blah 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 blah, and then snaked it. You know, he snaked it, and then everything was working fine. So 300 and change for an hour's work ain't too shabby, man. Ain't too shabby. He actually has a YouTube channel now and helping people in Turkish and English via 2 different channels on the finance. He managed some of the Forbes 500 companies back in the time. Proper man. That's good to hear. Made 250 in 45 minutes resetting a vid at a VFD at a wash this morning. Dude, you're already into the beer pretty heavy. I can tell by your spelling. You're making spelling mistakes. It's a good thing, Ryan, that I can read drunk. You know, I know the drunk language. I can translate. So keep going. You're doing fine, brother. It's all good. You keep throwing it up there. I'll keep translating it. We're good. Made 250. That's not bad. That's not bad, right? You think about it in terms right now. You know, my truck runs at almost $4 a mile, so that's $4 a mile. You do average 60 miles in an hour, right? So it gives you an hourly rate of what my truck runs at. But still, you know, I'm working a little harder than the plumber was. He made 3 and change in an hour. It's not bad. Okay, I'll start drunk Spanish. Dude, do what you got to do. I can understand everything. I was alive, but my YouTube got crazy. I will add the sticker and doing the live also. And everyone see I'm adding your sticker. That is cool, man. I appreciate that. You know what? That's what they're there for. I enjoy you guys take my decals. You want to put them on your trucks, your pick. Oh, that's right. Karen and Alan got one on their pickup truck. You know, I don't care what it goes on. I don't care if you stick it on a Volkswagen Beetle. Just put my decal on there somewhere. It'll bring you good luck. I'm telling you. I got two on my truck. That bitch runs like a fucking top. For the basic finance and fundamental science of economics. Okay, there's his link. Gotta go. My appointment is at 2, but I will be busy. So gotta go now. Okay, be back. See you. Be safe, brother. You too. Humberto, happy birthday, brother. I mean, heartfelt. I truly mean that. Happy birthday. Good for you. I'm glad you're having a good day. I'm glad things are working out for you. I'm glad this jump to Mercer is going to be prosperous for you. And I wish you nothing but good luck in the future, man. You deserve it. You really do. All right, Humberto's out. Anyway, there he goes. He came and went in one shot. That's how I want to die, right? That's how I want to die. I want to die when I'm 95 years old, making love to my 25-year-old girlfriend. And that's how I want to go. I want to die while making love to her. That way I can come and go all in one shot. Boom. Done. Kamal, good to see you as well. Always good to see you as well. Anyway, you know what, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, there she is. And I'm not lighting another one. So let's see if we can get 2 more puffs off her. And then I think we're going to call this a day. I think there's if we can't get the sync going, I think there's maybe a couple of movies I'm going to go check out. Not sure yet. We'll see how that goes. Ryan, definitely when you get the bike. Definitely when you get the bike, or sorry, 2-4 when you get the bike. Definitely send the pictures of that. We want that. Do me if you can. I know you've already sent a picture wearing the wheel burner shirt. Put the shirt back on and get on the bike and get the old lady to snap a picture of that. We'll put that up in the page as well. No, he meant he's going to light another one. No, we're not lighting another one. This is it. Look at this, man. I'm killing this thing. Actually, I'm burning my fingertips. This is the price I pay to entertain you guys, right? I'm burning my fingertips. It burns your lips to get to smoke them this low because the heat is actually down here right now, right? So, yeah, we got one more here, one more puff, and then we're gonna say goodbye. There it goes. You know what, guys? That is it. Appreciate that. Uno mas. That's what she said. Ryan gets the last comment of the day. There you go, boys and girls. I'm out. You guys behave. I'm going to be home tomorrow as well, possibly Wednesday. And we'll throw, as long as Dar's working, I got the house to myself and it's not interfering in my family time. We'll throw up another live maybe tomorrow. See how it's going. All right. Look at this. You guys are killing it. Now the cigar is going out. Now the chat's going fucking crazy. Buck, you didn't get the last comment. Ryan beat you. Tolga beat you. Kamal beat you. All right. I'm out of here. You guys be good. Love each other.